Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. More spins, more wins, more fun. Joint practice in the books for the Green Bay Packers and the Arizona Cardinals yesterday afternoon up in Green Bay. Of course, that's all ahead of the preseason finale set to take place at Lambeau Field tomorrow night, 7 o'clock kick for the Packers and Cardinals. Starters not expected to play tomorrow, so yesterday really the final tune-up for many of them before Week 1, including for the Packers visiting the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday, September 13th. A full breakdown of yesterday's joint practice, including commentary from Tucker Kraft, yet to receive a contract extension, Jordan Love, and more coming up on Wilde and Tausch here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. High school football week 2 tonight on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania. Two teams separated by one golf course. Monona Grove at La Follette. Kickoff at 7 o'clock tonight, streaming exclusively on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Our very first guest in the history of Wilde and Tausch, which will be, I'm sure, a long and distinguished history.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Aaron Rodgers, give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do here?
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say daily 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
And then what happens?
No, then Tausch kind of bows out.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It is the Thursday edition. The Joint Practice-a-Palooza edition. The Where in the World is Tauschi San Diego edition. We'll find out momentarily. The Trivia Tournament of Champions, another matchup edition. And the joint practice didn't even start before the show ended. A lot of posing for pictures and hugging, and we talked to Denny LaFleur before practice started, so he was grinning from ear to ear as his two sons were coaching their little hearts out on Ray Nitschke Field edition of Wilde and Tausch. On 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Of course, everything you need on the ESPN Wisconsin app, which is free, which is fully customizable, and which can be found both in the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And from a soon-to-be-disclosed location, I don't like to discuss business out on the lanai. Let's go inside. Here's the Packers Hall of Famer. Here's Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great, Jason. Beautiful morning out here. Another golf outing for Old T, and pretty nice little setup out here.
Thank God for MoMA that you're able to play all this golf now because your knee's so much better.
It's great. Yeah, no doubt.
I feel like your golf schedule has been backloaded this year. Like, usually you're a big spring golf guy. This year you got a lot of August.
I got a bunch in. It's been a goofy while we were gone for a couple weeks. But yeah, I think that's probably a fair assessment. I think that's probably fair. What's not fair is where are we at with these apps to get you places? Because I know roads are closed. Shouldn't they know roads are closed? Waze and Apple Maps and everything else. They shouldn't drive you into a road that is closed, and it's been closed for a while. No?
Well, I know exactly where you're talking about in the greater Sun Prairie Metroplex.
Well, no, so here's the deal. I know they built a huge old fulfillment center out here, so they had to do stuff. I get all that. What I don't understand is the road has been closed for about 3 months, which is fine. School's starting back up. The high school's out there, so I'm assuming they're trying to get it done before school starts because there's going to be a lot of added traffic, et cetera, et cetera. So we're a week out from school starting in the high school level, and I drive out there, and I'm like, I think it's probably still closed because when we came back, I tried to come up that way, and it was closed, but looks like it was getting close. So I put in my phone this morning because I'm leaving, and I want to make sure I got here early enough. Put it in, and it says to come down this way. And you go a little roundabout, boop, you're right over at the Oaks Golf Courses, which is where the hockey golf outing is today. So go down there, road's closed. I'm thinking to myself, this is what you guys do. Like, why are you leading me into, it's not the Michael Scott deal where I'm driving into a pond, but I'm like, I know it's closed. You're telling me it's open. How do you not know that when you're updating constantly? It was frustrating, I guess is the nicest way to put it.
I have to say, and I'm not here to give Google free advertising, but there's been a lot of construction in my neck of the woods, and they have been on top of it. And then when there was an instance where a road was open, I think earlier than scheduled, and I happened to drive on it that day, it actually popped up on my CarPlay, is Monroe Avenue, I think it was called, open? And then users are able to update and say, yeah, hey, now it's open. And so then they have that data, and I would put a plug in for Google Maps. They have not steered me,
I think
wrong
here's
lately.
the deal. Waze has always been the best. Like, it has always been the best. Apple is
Apparently
kind of,
not right now.
You get it with your phone. In fairness, I put Apple Maps in, it was the same thing. So both. I don't know if that is your job. That'd be like if we're talking Green Bay Packers and we don't talk anything about Tucker Kraft or the scrimmage. We're talking about something from 1986.
Talking about Jesse's party.
Yeah, that's similarly like this is your job. So I lost a little respect for Waze this morning. Waze has always been so good. I lost a little respect for Waze. And then they try to reroute me back there. I'm like, I just was there. I couldn't get through. So what are we doing here? And then they're trying to make me go left. And I'm like, well, I know the course is to the right. So Old T outweighs Waze today. And I don't like that. That's not what I'm about. I don't want to punch anything in my phone. But sometimes you need to because you're going to get lost. And when you're giving up data and information and it ain't even right, then it makes me wonder, what the hell are we even doing here? So not a great start for Waze. Good start for Old T.
Maybe you could create your own app that's got directions in it, and then you could.
Nobody would want. I'm going to tell you this. Nobody would want that.
Don't you know how to get there already?
I do, but I know that road was closed. Hey, Nummy, I knew that the road was closed.
Nummy,
so, what? So there's two different ways to go. You can go down the interstate, or you can go the back way. I usually go the back way if I'm going to go down to a Brewer game or whatnot. But it's been closed. So I thought, if I punch it in and it says it's open, maybe it is open because I do think it's getting close. And when you punch it in, it says yes, and it's not open. Who's that on? Is that on me or is that on Waze?
Yeah, you had a ways to go before you finally got there. Then,
no, that's not chuckle worthy. I don't think, in my opinion.
Maybe you're just grouchy because of
I'm
the
not even
routing
grouchy.
that you seem a little grouchy.
No, I'm not grouchy.
You called me nummy.
Well, because you tried to be all condescending, Jesse. You tried to CJ it, and I'm not in.
Well,
you were don't you know how to get there?
I mean, I made
no, nummy.
The nummy voice?
Stop calling me nummy. I made the mistake one time of trying to drive where you ran into your issues this morning. That was way earlier this summer, and I just haven't gone back that way. And until I hear, like, usually there's some kind of post on a Facebook page or word of mouth gets around, like, oh yeah, it's open now. Like, you go there, but until further notice, if you know it's under that monumental of a construction project, it's probably going to be a while, and I would just avoid it at all costs. I wouldn't gamble it the way that you did.
I didn't gamble. I put it in the blanking phone. The phone told me this is the way to go. So they're supposedly, as Jason said, updating constantly. They have, there's cameras everywhere. It should be, you could trust it. And I'm telling you, you can't.
Can't trust it. All right. Well, I'm glad you got there. You are going to hit the course while the program is still going.
That is correct.
So
yes.
I want to maximize our time with you. The Packers with their joint practice yesterday with the Cardinals. And yes, it was brother versus brother, Max and Bo Melton, Mike and Matt LaFleur. But I don't know how you walked out of there without the takeaway of, because it's not just recency bias, it was also probably the most important portion of the practice. The 2-minute drill for a team that has preached finish. They got skunked. Number one offense, lost. Number one defense, lost. Number two offense, lost. Number two defense, lost. Tausch, I don't want to make a mountain out of a one-practice molehill, but when you try to get what you emphasize, and then in your best opportunity to show that you have made progress in something you have allegedly been emphasizing, and you fail to show that progress, how concerning should it be? Because it's just one day. It doesn't count in the standings. But the Cardinals are not exactly the 85 Bears or the 96 Packers either. So the fact that the Packers lost all 4 2-minute drills should tell me what?
Well, you should be disappointed. First off, the Arizona Cardinals, I don't think anyone has them being world beaters. I think most people are looking at Mike LaFleur's first season out there as we're going to go find our quarterback by stinking. I think that's how most people nationally are viewing it. I'm sure locally it's different, but from my perspective, that's how I look at it. So I am not expecting them to be much, and I am expecting the Green Bay Packers to be. So I think every moment you can get to kind of validate your platform and validate what you're trying to get done, which is what the Green Bay Packers, they want to finish. That was the big buzzword all offseason because of the way the season ended and the 0-5 and the way that Bear game ended. This would have been a nice stepping stone for them to show we're doing this. Now, it is, as you put it, one drill. It's one operation. There was a lot of good things from what I read that happened yesterday, too. I saw a big play to Matthew Golden for a tutter. There's some other stuff that I think you could be happy about. But obviously, you'd love to see more success within that period of practice so that your guys are building off of something rather than it constantly is, we need to do it, because all that's going to do is reiterate finish because you didn't. And now if you harness that and do it in the right way, that can be a positive. But obviously, I think everybody over there is going to be disappointed in the fact that their defense couldn't get a stop and the offense couldn't score. And if you go 0 for 4 against the Arizona Cardinals, that is not where you want to be at the end of training camp when you're trying to gear up to start the division, to start the season on the road against the divisional opponent.
My issue is, and I have not been on board with this because it feels like a lot of talk when in reality I thought they actually were fine when they had the players that they wanted to have on the field when it came to finishing, right? Especially that guy Micah Parsons, who they paid a king's ransom to get. He was a pretty damn good closer. And so were Tucker Kraft and Jordan Love in a couple of games, and Dontavion Wicks in the game in Detroit on Thanksgiving.
Would you call Jordan Love a closer?
No, I wouldn't go that far.
I don't think you can.
Right.
No, I don't even think
you
you
some closing moments.
When?
Both games in
New Orleans Saints game is a closing moment. I'm trying to think. He made the big play on 4th down against the Lions. I don't know if that was last year or 2 years ago.
Right.
But when the money's on the table, would you say that Jordan Love is more of Derek Turnbow or Josh Hader?
Well, wait a minute.
Well, both of them eventually got to points where they weren't closing for a while effectively.
Oh, I think Josh Hader's still pretty good closer.
He was good. McGill.
All right, okay, let's go
McGill.
this way. Mariano Rivera, or give me like a average closer, not like somebody that stinks, because I don't think anybody's saying that. Who's a closer that was pretty mid?
It's hard to say because they usually lose their closer responsibilities. And
Yeah,
become
Turnbow
center.
lost his
Jonathan
closer.
Papelbon.
He won a World Series with
You just wanted to say Papelbon.
You
Look,
get my point.
I
Where's
do
your
get your
point
point.
him in that?
Like, for example, I think that at this point, until something
Did
different
Jesse
happens,
Orosco close with the
he
Mets?
did. I'm still waiting for his glove to come down after they won the '86 series. He throws it up, but you never see it land.
Mike Timlin, he closed with the Red Sox or with the Toronto Blue Jays in a couple of those years. Bob Stanley, remember Bob Stanley at the Red Sox?
I do.
Mike
I think he wore number
Fetters
46.
Was Mike
Fetters.
Fetters? Well, he's the one that like came to set, then he went boom, like real quick, looked at the home plate.
Who's the dude that does this with his arm all the time? He pitched for the Cubs. Maybe somebody else. Remember
Henry
he
Rowan
put his-
Gardner?
Kimbrel, Craig Kimbrel.
He'd wing his arm like a chicken.
Yeah,
wing.
he was
Beep, beep.
weird. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kimbrel.
Anyway,
Tom Henke?
until
Hanky, big dude, glasses. Yeah, you brought this up, not me.
no, actually, you did.
I don't think
Derek
so.
Turnbow. Until he proves otherwise in a game of major magnitude, the closing moment that he had was his first year as the starter. They get the ball back with a chance to tie or go win the game in San Francisco, and we talk about the missed field goal from Anders Carlson and everything else, but that's the moment, right? That would have been, hey, this guy's a closer from the jump. First year as a starter, divisional playoff game. They get out to a lead, they blow the lead, and then he takes them down and wins the game. Instead, he throws a first down pass late over the middle into triple
Never late
coverage
over the middle.
across his body, right? And that doesn't mean that he's still that guy, but
No.
he has not had many moments where he had the opportunity to close.
No,
like
he's
he
had
there.
opportunities to close games. I'm asking what do you mean? Yeah, he's played 37. How many games has he started? And the New Orleans Saints game, he came back
17-0 deficit.
and even then, New Orleans had a chance to kick the field. I'm trying to think of where is a game he finished with the ball in his hands and the Packers won the game.
At Detroit's the only one I can think of, and I think it happened twice on Thanksgiving. Twice.
Definitely the one Thanksgiving Day. So when you said, and the only reason I brought that up is Micah Parsons a closer. I mean, you're putting out Sandman, and you want him. He closed out the Cardinal game last year, I believe. I think he closed out another game. Is it to the point now where we as a Packer fan base, when Mike is back, we want the ball on the opposing team's hands compared to ours? Because I can promise you this. When Aaron Rodgers, and I'll never forget this, it was one of my first years watching and analyzing and doing the show. You remember when the Cowboys scored and Troy Aikman and everybody was freaking out, and they panned over to Rodgers and he looked as glib as ever, like, this thing's a wrap. And it went and wrapped.
Well, there's
And
some
he did it in New
meme.
York.
There's some meme of a kid in the stands during that game where he's like holding his phone, and all these Cowboys fans are celebrating behind him, and he's like, they think they won the game, and they don't realize how much time they left Aaron Rodgers, kind of a thing.
And my point on this is, I don't feel like we're there. And when you threw Jordan Love in there with Micah, I thought that might be a little premature.
Well,
Is he a closer? Jason Wilde. Is
No,
Jordan
he is not
Love
proven. He is not proven conclusively.
So he's a middle reliever. What is he? Like, is he a starter?
What
do you want in a quarterback? I got like 100 topics I'm just throwing. Is he a starter? He's a really good starting quarterback. Do you want him? Is he our Mariano Rivera? I think Michael Parsons is our Mariano Rivera.
He's not proven himself to be that. His first year as the starter, wasn't there a game in Carolina where they like blew the lead? Did he get them did they tie that game and then he got them the winning field goal, or did
No, you're the scribe on this panel.
I did not realize I was going to be going into my memory bank for this, so I'm going to do what the responsible thing is and fact check this information.
Another one of those cases where he doesn't remember stuff and then wants us to remember for him.
Yeah, can you imagine somebody who does that?
Yeah, that's my bit. That's what I do. You're supposed to.
Is that right? I didn't know.
Yes, it is. And you know what? No two hosts are alike. Certainly not on this show. And no two homes are exactly alike. So why would every window door solution be the same? Well, at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, premium quality doesn't come in just one price point. Pella offers gorgeous, high quality and customizable solutions for every unique situation. Quality doesn't have to mean one size fits all. It means finding the right solution for your home. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Real pricing, premium quality, no game. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
For the record, against the Carolina Panthers in 2023, Packers had a 30-16 fourth quarter lead. The Panthers tied it with a pair of Bryce Young to DJ
Christmas
Chark.
Eve. This was Christmas Eve.
It was Christmas Eve. Yes.
Touchdowns to make it 30-30, and then Jordan Love led a field goal drive during which Anders Carlson made a 32-yard field goal with 19 seconds to play. And if I recall correctly, the Joe Barry defense almost gave it back.
Yeah, that was bad.
Gave it back, which is why I struggled to remember the specifics.
That was the end of the Joe Barry era. I think that was
no. You
Tampa.
know what was
Tampa was the end of the Baker Mayfield's
it was Baker Mayfield's perfect passer rating. Exactly, Jesse.
Fellas, the young quarterback there. He couldn't do anything, and we made him look like Red Grange. We made him look like Joe Montana. That game too. Baker Mayfield had at least done it. This guy didn't do anything before that. They weren't going to even bring. I don't know what they were going to do, but he was not very good, and he lit us up.
Grange.
Yeah, I was trying to go old school.
I'm still thinking of closer. Yeah,
I am too. I'm still
Young Kim. Remember him? Diamondbacks.
All right. More.
Jesse or Jason, I'm going to leave you with this. I'm going to tease this out.
Where are you going?
Troy Percival.
Tease this out. Oh yeah, big closers wear glasses. Have you noticed that? A lot of the great closers.
Eric Gagne.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Gagne.
Rob Nen.
I don't remember Nen.
Giants.
Trevor Hoffman wasn't a glasses guy though, right?
No,
he was just
no.
He was one of the all-time. Bruce Sutter was great with that big beard. Jason, I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to give you the break to think about it and Google it.
Awfully nice of you. Thanks.
Should Jordan Love have more saves or closes than he does through 3 years as a starter? I have my thoughts. I can't wait to hear what my co-host has to say. We'll do that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming. I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
A strong team makes all the difference, and Everlight Solar just expanded theirs. Everlight Solar now offers roofing and exterior services for homeowners dealing with storm damage. From the first call to the final repair, Everlight quickly handles everything under one roof. When your roof takes a hit, you've got a team behind you. Start today at everlightroofing.com. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, powering through any storm. A proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Brian Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I to the pros, I've always respected people who put in the work. And Labor Day is about exactly that. From August 19th through September 8th, get 40% off all Iron Jock gear with a minimum purchase of $50 using code ESPN40. Excludes clearance and gift cards. Our gear is moisture wicking, anti-static, built with 4-way stretch, and powered by silver ion technology to help eliminate odor-causing bacteria. Iron Jock, built on performance, built to last, built in Wisconsin. Shop the Labor Day sale now at ironjock.com.
If there's anything I've learned about playing football in the trenches, it's that confidence is built through scheme and details. It's not much different with your money. If you lack confidence, take some time to sit with Annex Wealth Management and walk through your plan. Annex helps you think of more than investments. Their team considers things like retirement, taxes, even that company stock you have but don't know what to do with. Looking to build confidence with your money? Well, give Annex Wealth a call or visit annexwealth.com.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Hi, I'm John Hayes of Goodman's Jewelers. It's hard to imagine, but Goodman's has been the diamond store of Madison since 1933, which means your parents, maybe even your grandparents might have shopped with us. We maintain the same high standards, honesty, and integrity that kept them coming back time and again. Keep their history and our history alive. Shop Goodman's Jewelers today in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. We're online at goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
The Ford Summer Sales event is on now at Metro Ford of Madison. For a limited time, get a new 2026 Ford Bronco Sport Big Bend for just $27,972. Price includes $499 dock fee and all applicable rebates. Excludes tax, title, license, registration, dealer fees, and optional equipment. Price subject to prior sale and availability. See dealer for complete details. Offer is valid to qualified buyers and ends August 31st. So head to Metro Ford of Madison today. View full inventory at metrofordofmadison.com.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
The Milwaukee Brewers, the New York Mets.
Drilled into right. This is deep, way up, way back bench. Watching it sail goodbye.
Tune in tonight on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Wilde and Tausch talking closers in football and the track record of the Green Bay Packers quarterback, Jordan Love. I thought about this while we
Who was that closer for the Royals when they were winning?
Dan Quisenberry.
He was a starter, wasn't he? Wasn't Quiz a starter?
Dan Quisenberry was a. I think I have.
He had that big sidearm. He went all the way down.
Submarine. He was a submariner.
Yeah. Not enough of those guys anymore. We should be more submarine guys.
So in 2024, the Packers trail with 1:44 left on a Kai Fairbairn 35-yard field goal at Lambeau Field against the Houston Texans. And Jordan Love directs a field goal drive, which
McManus
kicks a 45-yarder to win that game. And then the following week, if you recall, Jordan Love leaves the game with a groin injury in Jacksonville. And
Malik Willis
makes a big-time throw to Jaden Reed to set up another walk-off field goal game winner from Brandon McManus. So you could say that on a percentage basis, Malik Willis had more closer saves
per capita
per opportunity than Jordan Love.
PCC, we call that PCC, per capita closer.
Do you think of John Smoltz as a starter or a closer?
Starter.
Closer.
Pretty awesome that he was good at both.
Yeah, and he's a pretty good commentator. And not a bad golfer. Pretty good little golfer, too.
Really good golfer.
Yeah, schmaltzy.
The fourth quarter comeback statistic, is that something that factors into whether you're a closer? Because
yes,
Aaron Rodgers was often criticized for that early in his career.
Early he was, yeah.
Well, how far do we have to get into Jordan Love's career before we say he's no longer early? This year?
I would think we're starting to get into that era, yeah.
So per Pro Football Reference, Jordan Love has 8 fourth-quarter comebacks and 9 game-winning drives. His game-winning drives are in the New Orleans game we mentioned. That Chargers game his first year, Packers win 23-20. It was like the Tucker Kraft coming out party, if you remember that. The aforementioned Carolina game. The game-winning drives in his second season as the starter were against Houston, which we just talked about, and at Chicago, a game that they won 20-19, in which he completed 13 of 17 passes for 261 yards, a touchdown, and a pick.
Wasn't that the one where they blocked the field goal? Yeah.
Carl Brooks.
So Carl Brooks was the closer in that one.
Closer.
Yeah.
His game-winning drives last season. Arizona, closer throw on fourth down, if you remember, to Tucker Kraft. They finished with the ball there. Pittsburgh, which they won by 10. So that's not a one-score
Yeah, he had
game,
a great second half. It didn't need to close.
He had a great game, period. Right, 360 with 3 touchdowns. At the Giants,
I forgot about that game.
I don't remember that game.
That was a weird one.
He was 13 of 24 for 174 yards and 2 touchdowns. They won on the road. And then Packers-Bears at Lambeau, he's credited with a game-winning drive, although, again, the closer in that game is everyone's favorite cornerback, Keyshawn Nixon, who has the interception in the end zone. So, again, those are the numbers from Pro Football Reference. To answer your question, you would like him to have more closer moments, and I would say that Aaron Rodgers not only had delivered lots of knockouts in the late third, early fourth quarter of games, but then when you got the ball in the fourth quarter, 4-minute offense, and a lot of times Mike McCarthy, at least later in his tenure, realized you just don't run it into the line of scrimmage. You give it to your quarterback, you close it out, and I think Matt LaFleur did that more with Rodgers too during his time. What say you?
So
big teaser?
You think he's on You think he's on track? You think he's about where he should be I think in the clutch gene or whatnot, however you want to phrase it?
I think in the pantheon of things to worry about when it comes to Jordan Love, this is not at the top of the list.
What's at the top?
I want to see him play more kind of tour de force performances where he's really good from start to finish. Because, he was awesome in the first half of that Chicago game, and I know the protection was bad, and, Rasheed Walker was terrible in the second half of that playoff game. But, again, I just want to – I think back to how many games you would see Rodgers, and you're like, God, he was unstoppable all day long. And I don't know how many of those games there are with Jordan.
I think this is where because when you're the quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, you're going to be compared to Favre and Rodgers. That's just the reality. And I think this era or this kind of area is probably the most unfair to Jordan, especially the fact you look at where he started from, where you were no wow throws, and you didn't even know in 2020 and never dressed. I remember when Jesse said, I don't even think I've ever seen him in a Packers uniform. And you start thinking, I think you might be right. I haven't either. He never dressed. To where he is now, his growth has been really good. And I think as a starting quarterback in the NFL, it's been really good. But that's not what you're judged against. And that's not what the expectations are when you're the quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. And I think the thing that I would love to see is the elevation. I want to see him elevate and overcome. A lot of great quarterbacks have had big-time games when they haven't been protected as well, or their running game didn't help them. And you just have to find a way to muster a way to whatever you need to do, I'm going to do it. Mm-hmm. If I have to do a 15-yard scramble and take a big hit, I'll do it. If I have to make a throw and get drilled under the chin, I'm going to do it. And up to this point, I'm always thinking, what is your signature moment? I think his signature win is beating the Cowboys in the playoffs. No question. But that game was kind of out of control from about the mid-second quarter after that pick six. That game was a wipeout. Where have you had it where, man, Jordan Love saved us, or Jordan Love rescued us from we were drowning, and, man, he was the life preserver that everybody could catch their breath and reboot, get back on the boat, and call it a day? And that is typically playoff games. Philadelphia a couple of years ago, everybody's, but Philadelphia was a better defense. There was never a moment, even when they cut it to 6, that you felt like, yeah, we got this. And I don't know, I'm sure the locker room feels that way. I don't know if our fans feel that way, because I would bet if you asked, you get an option of having our defense make a stop fully loaded with Micah and everybody, or our offense going down and has to score a touchdown, not a field goal, a touchdown to win. Which side of that aisle would you pick? And it has been 30 years where it is a no-brainer. Give me the offense. Give me these boys. And right now, if we're going to week 5 and we're playing the Bears, and you could either have Micah Parsons back and this defense rolling, and they have to stop the Chicago Bears and you win, or if you give the ball to Jordan Love at the 10-yard line, you got to go get a tutter in a minute 30, which one are you picking? I would bet most Packer fans are probably picking the defense. And that is not where we have been as a fan base. And it's not to say it's right or wrong, but yesterday is another reminder. And that's why it triggered my head. And I don't know if everybody feels the same way as I do, but I think right now that's where Jordan Love, the big moments, you have to match them. And I don't know if Jordan Love, up to this point, 3 years in as a starter, has done that.
Freddie in the YouTube comments.
You have no comments on that? Do you agree, disagree?
I'm hoping that Freddie was listening to what you said there. Jason Wilde, your bias for A-Rod is stunning. Look, Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl. He won playoff games. Did he also have playoff games where he did not elevate them and find a way to win?
Tampa.
Absolutely. Tampa in particular. Like that against Tom Brady.
San Francisco. San Fran. 10 points? Are you blanking me? Yeah.
But we're not. But he also has those pelts on the wall that Jordan doesn't have yet. And Jordan has another decade plus of a career to go.
Exactly.
So we don't know what that's going to look like.
Yeah, we're doing the show August 27th to 26th.
Correct.
If we're doing this in 2030 and we're still sitting here having this conversation, we have problems.
I mean, this could all change this year.
Absolutely.
So, again, I don't know what Jordan Love's entire career arc is going to look like. But I know what Brett Favre's did, and I know what Aaron Rodgers did, because their tenures as the Green Bay Packers quarterback are over. And they each won Super Bowls.
For now.
They want to combine.
For now.
Wow, I'm sorry.
Who knows? Jelly, which way would you lean if the Bears game? Give the ball to Jordan Love at the 10, minute 30? Or you got to stop Caleb Williams. Which way are you picking?
I would much rather have Micah Parsons and the defense out there stopping Caleb Williams.
Let's ask our fans what they think. I'm generally very curious about this because I think most of us would say Micah Parsons in this defense is going to get a stop over Jordan Love having to go get a touchdown. I think that's where we're at as fans right now. I could be wrong.
Even with Keyshawn Nixon playing corner.
Well, Cisse is going to be our number one corner.
You have to play two of them at once, though.
I understand how football works.
Or could Gannon put like 5 safeties out there? And
you might go like quad safety. There's other ways of doing it, but yeah, Keyshawn is going to be out there.
So the question you would like to be posed for our fans and the Carbless Talking text line 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Carbless list is
Jason,
more.
Let me ask you this before you get to that. Were you more surprised that the number one defense didn't get a stop yesterday or the number one offense did get stopped?
I was more surprised that the number one offense did get stopped. They early in practice, they were the better side of the ball.
Sounds familiar to the
right.
playoff game.
That's why I felt like it was worthwhile to start with finishing, is because early on in practice, and I did not watch the Packers defense as much as I watched the Packers offense, but they were on point early on against the number one defense for the Cardinals. It was down the stretch, both in the 11-on-11 period that preceded the 2-minute drills, and obviously during the 2-minute drills as well. So as a Packers fan, you want to close out a game. Do you want Jordan Love and the offense out there going to get the game-winning points?
Touchdown.
Or do you want the defense out there protecting the lead the Packers have?
Yes.
844-770-3776. You can chime in on that. We will get to more about the joint practices. Tucker Kraft spoke yesterday. I want to play at some juncture the clip of him pausing for 10 seconds when he's asked about his contract situation. Then he said what you wanted him to say, but I don't know how firmly he believes it. I do know that Tausch firmly believes in the brothers that own Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Kind of been a brothers week here on Wilde and Tausch, and it's always some of our favorite brothers, Aaron and Eric Brown, owners of Outdoor Living Unlimited. The right guys for us to work with. We have our project. We're going to get our backyard transformed, and the great team at Outdoor Living Unlimited is a big part of it. We went through the design. Now we're going to start moving on it. Just went over to their showroom on Stoughton Road. It's a must-see. So if you're looking for a new deck, an outdoor kitchen, a screen room, whatever you're looking for, Outdoor Living Unlimited has it. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space. Check them out, OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
We're on the Badgers.
The coaches, the players, we're bringing an entire new mindset.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
And it's to win. It's to win.
Your home for Badgers fans. 100.5 ESPN.
Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right. And naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
No two homes are exactly alike, so why would every window and door solution be the same? At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, premium quality doesn't come in just one price point. Whether you're replacing a few windows, remodeling a historic fixer-upper, or building from the ground up, Pella offers gorgeous, high-quality, and customizable solutions for every unique situation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. I've been telling you for a while now how much I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. Well, how's this for a throwback? Introducing Pizza Hut's Throwback Value Menu. Features their iconic personal pan pizza, just $3. And a medium one-topping original stuffed crust pizza for just $10. You asked for it, so they delivered. It's the Throwback Value Menu from Pizza Hut. Order on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Life moves fast. Your car should move with it. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, they've got a vehicle and payment options that fit every stage of your journey. Just graduated? Start smart in a Chevy Trax. Stylish, efficient, and budget-friendly. Growing your family? The Equinox gives you the space and versatility you need. And when life gets even bigger, the Traverse or Tahoe is ready for it all. Kids, carpools, and road trips. Visit them today in Sun Prairie or online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
Bo here from Ridgetop Exteriors. Southern Wisconsin got hit hard with hail recently. If your home took a beating, now's the time to take action. We've been delivering top quality roofing, siding, and window services locally for over 23 years. With free damage assessments and insurance experts on staff, we've been your licensed, local, and trusted contractor since day one. Don't wait until small damage becomes a big problem. Turn to Ridgetop Exteriors today. RidgetopExteriors.com. That's RidgetopExteriors.com.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Discover the all-new TPC Wisconsin, Madison's premier destination for families, women, and golfers of all levels. Fresh off a stunning $30 million transformation, TPC Wisconsin offers more than championship golf. Enjoy a welcoming community with tennis, pickleball, a world-class golf academy, swimming, fitness, and family-friendly activities all year long. Experience the newest TPC golf club in the world right here in Madison. Visit tpcwisconsin.com to explore memberships and schedule your tour today.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
It's the fourth quarter of a crucial mid-December game at Lambeau Field. Packers are playing, insert your choice of team here. Would you rather have them trailing and Jordan Love trotting onto the field with 1:44 to go? needing to get the go-ahead touchdown to go win it? Or would you rather have the Packers leading and have Micah Parsons and Enter Sandman playing over the loudspeakers and Jonathan Gannon's defense trotting onto the field to protect said lead? Now, I guess my only question would be, isn't it always better to have the lead than not? Or is that not true?
No. I mean, we just went over this. How many times did Aaron or Brett get the football back and everybody in the building's like, oh, God. Oh, boy. And I don't feel like we feel that way right now. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't feel that way.
Well, let's also add another layer to this, because for at least the first 4 or 5 games, it will not be Micah Parsons trotting onto the field with the defense. How does that affect your answer? That one player.
I prefaced it. It would change my mindset a ton.
Mm-hmm. I just think that's important to emphasize. To be fair, look, I want to be for the naysayers out there. Somebody just sent me a graph, and I love charts and graphs. Career game-winning drives. Aaron Rodgers 37, Jordan Love 9. Career seasons as a starter. Aaron Rodgers heading into his 20th season as a starter. Jordan Love heading into his 4th. So, a lot of ball game left on that chart. So, again, and let's be honest, too, because you were on this team. Your 2008 team, that Aaron Rodgers not enough fourth quarter comeback stat is skewed by, I believe, 5 games in which he got the Packers the lead, or the offense got the Packers the lead, late in fourth quarters, and then the defense gave it back, which is why Dom Capers was hired and Bob Sanders was fired after that season, because you guys went 6-10. So I don't think there's any question that to this point, Micah Parsons has proven, as Jeff Hafley put it, to be Mariano Rivera, more so than Jordan Love has. That doesn't mean that that's going to stay that way. I want to see Jordan Love put in more of these situations to see what happens this season. And I think he will win more times than he loses, is how I view him. But I don't have a ton of evidence that speaks to how good he is as a closer right now. Otherwise, the discussion about being finishers and not finishing well last year would not be as at the forefront as it is, because Jordan Love and the offense would have had more games where they finished. And the Packers wouldn't have finished 9-8-1, including the playoff loss.
There is a reason that the quarterback and a monster pass rusher are the highest paid guys on each side of the football, typically. And the reason is what we've been talking about for the first hour of the show. That's who closes out and wins football games, more likely than not. Who ended up making the play to give the Rams the Super Bowl championship a couple years ago? Aaron Donald.
Mm-hmm.
Who made 3 sacks in the Packers Super Bowl win 30 years ago?
Reginald Howard White.
Why did the Los Angeles Rams go and get Myles Garrett? They're hoping that's the case. So Matthew Stafford, that is what typically will win you those big boy games. And everybody understands that. And then it comes down to, can you do it more often than not when you're called upon? Because I remember Favre always would say, it's exhausting. Remember when he'd say it's exhausting every time you get it and you know that you have to go down and everybody's looking, hey, all right, Brett, let's go do it. It's nice to have a little help. It's nice to have somebody. That's why this pairing, if Jordan can kind of continue to grow and get better, is so exciting for Packer fans, because now you have both sides of it. And we haven't had that in a while. So the opportunity's there. And I think Jordan just has to He does have to step up another notch, I believe, in order for this team to get where they want to go.
Which is not – is that an unfair ask?
No. It's well, I was going to say it's not a criticism per se, because this is playing quarterback in the NFL. You have to have a great understanding. You have to have a great talent, and then you're still going to have some things that have to go your way. The New England Patriots, the guy dropped when Tom Brady came back 28-3, guy dropped a pick. He catches an interception, game's over. Then Edelman catches one off the turf. Like, there has to be this isn't as if like, you just throw them out there, it's going to happen. But there's the belief that it is going to happen. And I know this. We had it with Brett. We had it with Aaron. And I'm fairly certain guys in that locker room are going to say all the right things with Jordan. But you got to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I think this year is going to be about.
You believe in Tito's Vodka. I know that all too well, given your history with that great brand and great partner.
Another golf outing, I'm sure there is going to be Tito's flowing. Golf, football, firing up the grill, whatever it might be. It's always great to have Tito's in hand. Whether you're tailgating before the game, waiting from the couch, grilling with friends, Tito's Handmade Vodka is my go-to. Made in Austin, Texas. It's the first legal distillery in the state. Tito's is 6 times distilled for a clean and smooth finish. And whether it's going to be a transfusion, a vodka lemon, a Tito's lemonade, it all goes great together. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Mark Tauscher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy to use mobile banking app, rewards checking with early payday, and that beautiful Bucky debit card. Also, they've been serving Wisconsin since 1931, which means they have local expertise that's actually local. So stop by a branch or visit uwcu.org to join today and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. The Barry Alvarez Show is back. The Don debuted for the 2026 season Monday night, and he's a believer in the Badgers offense.
We were good on defense last year. So if you just go through the natural progression, you should be better. And I like what I've seen on our offense. I like our offensive line. I like the fact that there aren't people running free. I love our quarterbacks and the flexibility they give you. I like this team. I can't wait to watch them play against a team at this level.
At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, premium quality doesn't come at just one price point. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Whether you're grilling outside, sitting on the patio, or watching the game, summer is the perfect time to sip on a cocktail made with Door County Distillery. Handcrafted award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. Mix up a G&T with that signature green bottle of gin, or sip on it with a couple of rocks, my favorite, the Door County Distillery Bourbon. Made in Door County, available all over the state, including right here in the Madison area. Local, affordable, award-winning. That's what it's all about. It's Door County Distillery. Find the retailer nearest you, DoorCountyDistillery.com.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, with my brother and business partner, Aaron Brown.
Siding Unlimited has grown into Wisconsin's best local remodeling company and proven by our long list of awards, highlighted by our 5-time Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year Award.
For new siding, windows, roofing, and doors, call 608-220-0005 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Ben Brust here for Zimbrick European, and the summer of Audi is in full swing at Audi Madison. As always, at Audi Madison, they're going to help make leasing affordable for your next car. Lease the all-new 2026 Audi Q3 Quattro for $499 a month for 36 months. Offers only available until August 31st. Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com to see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline at Rimrock Road.
Experience championship golf at University Ridge, the official golf course of the University of Wisconsin. Nestled in the heart of Badger Country, University Ridge continues to earn recognition as one of Wisconsin's premier public golf destinations. Whether you're planning a tournament, hosting a corporate event, or enjoying a day on the course, the team at University Ridge is committed to delivering an exceptional experience, from the first tee to the final putt. Reserve your tee time today at universityridge.com. That's universityridge.com.
Air Lara does it again.
Still back out of the warning track, reaches up and makes the catch. A nice running catch by Lara.
And again.
Back Lara, the warning track wall, leaping, he caught it!
Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
I'm painting the scene. It's the fourth quarter of a December game at Lambeau Field. Do you want the Packers offense on the field to score the go-ahead touchdown, or the defense protecting a lead? 844-770-3776 is the Carbless Talk and text line. Less is more. I know Jesse's gotten a bunch of texts. I do want to get into out of the hypothetical and into the real world and talk a little bit about some of the things that played out yesterday, including I want to hear from Tucker Kraft and his pregnant pause yesterday when asked about his contract. But before we can do that, let's get to a few of your calls, and then we'll get to some of your texts at the top of the 10 o'clock hour. Let's start with Derek in Lake Geneva. Derek, good morning. Thanks for holding on, buddy. What do you think?
Gentlemen, good morning. Jason, this is a great question, as you said multiple times. I'm conflicted because I have one answer for my head and one answer for my heart. Now, my head says, yeah, give it to Jordan Love. Okay, he can probably do it. The guy has the tools to do it. He just hasn't done it yet. But my heart says, you know what? We haven't seen it happen, so maybe let's give the defense a chance. But had we asked this question after week 2 last year, overwhelmingly, it would have been the defense because they came out of the gates hot. But you know, to quote Glengarry Glen Ross, coffee is for closers, and there's nobody on this organization that should be allowed into a Starbucks right now because it's just not happening. I wish that Jordan Love, I wish we had Joe Burrow's head on his body, as Tausch alluded to earlier. Does he have the chutzpah to do it? Aaron Rodgers had a chip on his shoulder. I was drafted 23rd. I should have went number 1. We had Favre also had somewhat a chip on his shoulder. If we don't win it this year, at the end of the season for Jordan Love, he still has $55 million, a beautiful wife, and a brand new baby. Until he is finally labeled with the Josh Allen, I can't win the big one, and the media pounds the table on that, where's the fire in his gut to actually pull this thing across the goal line? I just don't see it. I'm wishing for it, but again, what are you going to do? So I appreciate the time. Thanks.
You don't get a lot of references to the legendary stage production of Glengarry Glen Ross on our program, so thank you for that. Look, in fairness to Jordan Love, I don't know how many opportunities he's had and failed in either. So we'll reserve judgment on this. But as of right now, today, this is the question. So we're not dumping on him here. It's based on the evidence you have today. How do you feel? And I think it's reasonable to say the defense. Now, again, to Tausch's point, the defense with Micah Parsons is a very different answer than the defense without Micah Parsons. Again, they lost every game after he got hurt, including the game in which he got hurt, which they were leading at the time he got hurt. We kind of joke about how you find out how valuable an MVP really is when he's not available. That tells you how valuable he was. They're undefeated against the Bears in games in which Micah Parsons plays. And by the way, not only did Keyshawn Nixon have a big play late in that game, but so did Micah Parsons. So, again, that matters. All right, let's take one more call, and we'll get the text at the top of the hour. Let's talk to our old buddy Levi in Stevens Point. Levi, thanks for holding on. You want the offense or you want the defense on the field, buddy?
Good morning, gentlemen. Great to talk to you as always. I'm on Tausch's side. I want the defense to hold the lead though. When the last 2 minutes of the game, though, I'm still not really feeling confident about Jordan Love still yet right now, especially with a 2-minute drill or something like that. So I just have more faith in the defense a little bit more than Jordan Love, in my opinion, with just being respectful about it. But I just want to see Jordan Love improve a little bit more, especially in a 2-minute drill. If they're like trailing like 3 points with 2 minutes to go and trying to drive down the field and hopefully score a TD before time runs out, so you don't give the other team a chance to win the game. So, if you know what I'm saying, so.
I do know what you're saying, and you're right. And again, the other thing about that scenario and leaving too much time on the clock, and thanks for the call, Levi, is that there were plenty of teams that were worried that if they did score the go-ahead touchdown, they left Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers too much time to come back. That's the deal. That's what happens when you have greatness at quarterback. And maybe the Packers will have that, and there'll be teams feeling that way as soon as this season.
Yeah, Jason, I guess the question I have is, has Matt LaFleur turned the reins over to Jordan Love to do it? Because I just think back to the Cowboys game last year, and I know it was a unique deal with overtime and tying games, and I just don't ever envision – I want Matt LaFleur to say, Jordan, here you go. I don't want it to be – it still felt like it was a little bit, I'm on your shoulder. As a quarterback, you're going to have some stuff happen in a 2-minute. You're going to end up having to call your own plays. You're going to have to call your protections. Okay. I'm saying let it rip. And the understanding of, hey, we need to milk the clock here. We don't. And again, the Cowboys game was a debacle, but it was obviously a unique circumstance. And I don't know how many times you've went over that situation. You always go over 2 minutes. You'll go over, you got to go down and score. You got to do it quick. That was a unique circumstance, but it was not handled well. And it's those things in those moments where I want to see Jordan kind of take a hold of it and say, this is my football team. This is what we're doing. And this is how we're going to go about doing it. And that was
does he deserve
part of
that?
His narrative last year.
Does he deserve that right now today, do you believe?
Yes.
Okay.
You're 4 years in and you believe in what you're doing. What was most impressive last year was his command and understanding. You saw it. I mean, you could see it through the TV screen, or if you're at Lambeau, or if you're at a game, you could see it. And it just was different. It wasn't looking over at the, what are we doing? What are we doing? You could see he was, let's go. Now it's taking it to that next step and getting everybody else rallied around him as well. That's what we need to see.
All right, we'll get to some of your texts, and then Jalen in the YouTube comments with a very interesting question, because this is a quarterback that gets referenced a lot on this show, and not always in the most positive of lights. Yes, Red Grange. You nailed it. So I want to get Tausch's thoughts on that, but I really want to get Tausch's thoughts on Annex Wealth Management and their great partnership with our show and how they can help you through your financial decisions.
Indeed. Big life events. There are a bunch of them. Sale of a company, death, divorce, a health crisis. You got college people dropping their kids off at college, weddings, Well, Annex Wealth Management wants to help. They've assisted clients with these big life events and making sure you plan for them. That will make all the difference in the world. Knowing what you own, why you own it, how much you're paying for it, it's a big part of smart, good financial planning. And Annex, they have an entire in-house team. Your taxes, your everything that you're looking to get done, Annex is right there working together so you can make informed decisions when those big life events come up. Go to annexwealth.com, click Get Started to get started on your financial plan today.
A good question from Jalen and a good question from Ben Brust on the private talk and text line as well. We'll get to those. And we'll get to your texts next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Creating lasting impressions every season, every day. That's the Olson Toon landscaping difference. Since 1997, Olson Toon has been transforming outdoor spaces across Dane County. From landscaping and concrete to excavation and maintenance, they're your one team for everything outdoors, keeping your property looking its best year-round. With experienced professionals and a collaborative approach, every project is built around your vision. Ready to elevate your space? Let's get started. Head to olsontoon.com today.
This is Monte Ball.
Monte steps to the right, dashes, reaches, touchdown.
You listen to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Joint practice in the books yesterday afternoon for the Green Bay Packers and the Arizona Cardinals up in Titletown. One of the big storylines from practice yesterday, tight end Tucker Kraft, a full go participating. It was a date he had targeted, whether he had a contract extension or not in place. Kraft asked after practice about some of the physical contact he was involved in yesterday.
It's kind of like what I was talking about with Kay. She was referring to like an event like this, like a big collision, getting an opportunity to just move on from it. You know, some people might be holding their breaths when they see me do something like that, but that's just my 9 to 5.
Tucker Kraft yesterday, more conversation about the observations and takeaways from joint practice coming up on Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Tonight, Milwaukee Brewers wrap up their 3-game set in New York against the Mets. 6:10 first pitch. Pregame coverage at 5:35 on 100.5 ESPN. Thursday night high school football, week 2 of the season. Zebra Honda's Prep Mania. La Follette hosting Monona Grove.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Time now for headlines as we predict what will happen on Sunday as the Packers take on the Vikings at Lambeau Field.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
I'm going to do something crazy.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say kissing cousins, pack bikes tie.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
He missed it again! And will end this crazy game in a tie. Oh my goodness.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. I want to put a bow on this so we can get to the joint practice. And Denny LaFleur with the grin from ear to ear throughout the 2 hours plus that we were out there. And Max and Bo Melton going mano-a-mano. The shortest one-on-one period in NFL history. One play, brother versus brother. But I want to get to a couple of your texts that Jesse's curated and a couple of questions that were brought up. First, we give the floor to Ben Brust. How does having a rookie kicker change your mindset on the Do you want the offense on the field trying to get the game-winning score, or the defense on the field protecting the lead?
Well, I prefaced it with you need a touchdown, so it doesn't change it at all.
You did, but let's say
it does change it. It does change
Thank
it,
you.
no question. But that's why I prefaced it. So
I know, but
when
you can win
preface,
games
take
with
that out of
field
the
goals.
equation.
And
that's not what this scenario is.
Okay, but let's.
You know what I mean?
No, I do know what you mean. But I would like you to. I'd like an answer to the question, Judge. Let's say you don't need a game-winning touchdown. You need a game-winning field goal. Do you still choose Jordan Love with a rookie kicker who has to hit a 49-yarder under pressure to win the game, or would you rather have the defense out there?
Yeah, I know it changes it, but I still think, McManus has been here for 2 of those 3 years, right? Or for a year and a half of those 3 years as a starter. Yep. No question it changes the mentality of what you need to get done. And field goal kicking, we've said this a million times, decides a ton of close football games in this league. And it's going to help you when you have that.
The question from Jalen. Again, it is a hypothetical, which some people like to say they don't do hypotheticals, but we do them. Joe Burrow will probably want out eventually in Cincinnati if he were available. And I know it won't happen. Would you want Joe Burrow or you want Jordan Love? You talk about Joe Burrow all the time. You're not a Joe Burrow stan. You're not a hater, but you're certainly not like Johnny Joe Burrow, loving Joe Burrow, right? If you had to choose between if those are your 2 quarterback options, what are you picking?
Who, Joe Burrow and Jordan Love?
Yeah.
Jordan Love. But
I think I'm taking Joe Burrow.
I think Joe Burrow is Joe Burrow is injury prone. He is. He's a great thrower of the football. Hey, how many times has Joe Burrow played without having a great set of wide receivers? How many times? He has the best or the second best wide receiver all the way back to college. So you tell me. I don't know. I understand it. And Joe Burrow has had a better career, but Jordan Love has had many more things to battle than Joe Burrow has.
Okay. I'm all right with that. Jesse, what do you have from the text portion of the talking text line?
Ryan in Milwaukee texts in, I'll take the offense in that scenario because twice last year, both without Micah Parsons, the Packers got beat by the quarterback of that team. Give me Jordan Love all day, every day against that barbecue chicken defense. Ryan in Milwaukee.
Right, but speaking of caveats, much like Tausch with his you got to score a touchdown, the answer is obviously different if Micah Parsons is there versus if he's not. So Ryan didn't really answer the question. Right? Because the question is with Parsons, not without. Am I wrong?
Yeah, this is always the tricky part of dealing in hypotheticals. Is that what about this? I gave the hypothetical. Mike is there. We don't care about kicking. It comes down to who do you trust more, our offense or our defense, fully loaded. And I think most of us are saying our fully loaded defense right now over Jordan Love in this offense. And that is just totally unique to being a Green Bay Packer fan. I don't recall that ever being the case in the past, at least, 6 or 7 years that we've done it pre-Jordan Love. That was never the case.
Just for clarity's sake, by the way, Joe Burrow heading into his 7th NFL season, he and Jordan Love were in the same draft class. Joe Burrow's starts by season 10, 16, 16, 10, 17, and last year only 8 starts. As you recall, obviously last year the significant injury that made him miss 9 games. All right, Jesse, what else you got on the text line?
Chad in West Salem. They got a good football team up there. He texts in, I would vote for the defense being on the field. I don't trust LaFleur's play calling down the stretch.
Ooh.
I am of the belief that Matt neuters him in the second half of games. Yikes. Chad in West Salem.
Seems aggressive. The LaFleur play calling wrinkle is another interesting lens through which to view this if you're a Packers fan. Wow. Something's exciting.
So if it was Mike Holmgren, we'd feel better about it?
Yeah, I think. What about Mike McCarthy?
I don't remember anybody really raving about Mike McCarthy's part of it, but it was always Aaron Rodgers. The LaFleur part of it is an interesting another layer, but that is part of it. That does not scare me off at all.
All right, I want to get to the joint practice. We'll do that coming up after Tausch tells us about MoMA, which he's not scared of his bad knee anymore.
No, I feel a lot better. I've told you. Got the golf outing. Ooh, and this is a fun little contest they got. I'll talk about after. But I'm out here because MoMA has helped me get my knee back in order. Been over at Ortho Laser. They got a bunch of different specialists that you can work with. I've been going to Ortho Laser, and my knee has felt better and better every time. It allows me to get out and do some of the things that I love doing. That's what I hope you can call or stop in today, or go to MoMaMKE.com. That's MoMaMKE.com.
We will get to the joint practice, and hopefully we will hear from Tucker Kraft, including his silence. That's all coming up. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
No two homes are exactly alike, so why would every window and door solution be the same? At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, premium quality doesn't come in just one price point. Whether you're replacing a few windows, remodeling a historic fixer-upper, or building from the ground up, Pella offers gorgeous, high-quality, and customizable solutions for every unique situation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
At Associated Bank, we get life gets complicated. So banking, it should be easy to get. That's why our tools speak your language. Automated savings, it's saving automatically for anything. Digital controls, you lose your card, you're still in control. Turn it off, then on, all on the app. And Money Monitor, you know where your money goes, like those long forgotten subscriptions. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. And when it comes to gifts that actually mean something, I head to Chalmers Jewelers. My wife Sarah, she loves the beautiful custom jewelry they've made for her. And my daughter Eleanor has some special pieces from Chalmers as well. And what I appreciate most, they help you create something personal that'll last a lifetime. Engagement rings, anniversary gifts, or a one-of-a-kind custom piece. Stop by Chalmers Jewelers and tell Garrett and Devin that Tausch sent you.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. Chevy is called the heartbeat of America for a reason, and Silverado keeps its rhythm. You feel it in the Turbo Max engine with best-in-class standard torque, an available Z71 off-road package that keeps you rolling when the road turns rough, and the most functional truck bed with best-in-class cargo space. They're trucks that work as hard as you do, so you can do more of what you love without missing a beat.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Based on latest competitive information, excludes other GM vehicles.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy's annual Top Prospect Camp is Sunday, October 11th, bringing together some of the best talent from across the Midwest. The camp is open to high school position players, pitchers, and catchers in the 2027 through 2030 graduating classes. Space is limited and registration closes once capacity is reached. Don't miss your chance to compete and showcase your skills among the best of the Midwest. Register today at grbacademy.com. That's grbacademy.com.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Some of the nation's top pitmasters are coming to Paola this fall for the Sugar River Fire and Smoke Barbecue Festival. Featuring legendary pitmaster Rodney Scott from Netflix's Chef's Table, Michelle Wallace from Bravo's Top Chef Wisconsin, and Allie Clem, the first woman pitmaster to earn a Michelin star. Plus, your favorite local barbecue masters, live music, and mouth-watering demos from the area's top chefs and restaurants. September 19th and 20th in Paola. Tickets are on sale now at fireandsmokebarbecuefestival.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and 25 years later, we still climb so they are never forgotten. Join the Green Bay Metro Fire Department and Pierce Manufacturing for the 14th annual 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb, Saturday, September 12th at Lambeau Field. Climb at your own pace while carrying the name and photo of one of the 343 fallen firefighters. It's not about how fast you climb, it's about why you climb. All funds raised benefit the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation. Register or donate at piercemfg.com/climb.
Miz is on the mound.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. We are seeing something that few have ever seen before in Major League Baseball, setting a new standard for starting pitching.
Tune in tonight on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Let's move out of the realm of hypothetical.
I'm going to tell you this. I just saw, so there's a balcony. That's where I'm doing the show. I don't know if you heard, there's a lot of people floating through. Mm-hmm. I've seen these outings where they have helicopters drop golf balls down, and you write your name on. Obviously, it's a fundraiser, so you put your name on the ball, and it goes in. Well, here they have a nice balcony, and they fire the golf ball. And you got to get it in the rough, and the green is right here on the patio, right off of the patio, and that's what happens. So there's probably 200-300 golf balls getting lobbed off from the deck here. I think that probably might be one of the best fundraiser ideas I've seen. So keep that in mind for anybody that's hosting golf tournaments.
You're trying to throw it in the hole?
Trying to put it, yes, and 2 balls ended up going in the hole, right? 2? Yeah, 2 balls went in. So somebody wanted, 2 people wanted a nice putter. Get a putter out of it. Pretty good deal.
Do they have to share custody of the same putter, or do they win their own putter?
I think they were just, a matter of fact, somebody was just having that discussion. They said they might have to go get a second putter now because I don't think they anticipated 2 people holding it out. I think then you have them go have a putt off if you have the 2 balls go in the
competition brings out the best in everybody. Indeed.
That's what somebody says, yeah.
So we will go from one hypothetical to another. What if Tucker Kraft doesn't have a new contract before the first game of the season? Because, let's be honest, we have had various mileposts in this throughout, and we have gone past every one of them, and he still doesn't have a contract. Oh, they'll have it done before they report to camp. Nope. They'll have it done before he comes off PUP. Nope. They'll have it done before he starts doing 11-on-11 drills. Nope. Well, they'll have it done before they have their joint practice with the Cardinals. Nope. And now training camp is over. They play their preseason finale on Friday. The final cuts are Sunday at 5 p.m. And as of now, Tucker Kraft does not have a new contract. Yesterday, Dave Schrader of WBAY-TV here in Green Bay asked Tucker Kraft if there is a drop-dead date for him negotiating a contract extension. It was met with silence.
You had a long pause. I thought you were setting it up there. Sorry.
Until there wasn't. Here is that exchange.
See how I want to put this. The people in charge of my contract know what I bring to the table, and they appreciate me very much, and we're going to continue to work closer to finalizing the details on that contract. I would say we're on the same page that we'd like to get it done as soon as possible. Prior to week 1, for sure. We would love to get that done.
Tausch, your interpretation of both the long pause and then the words that Tucker Kraft actually says.
I think his thought process, obviously, it was a really good question by Dave Schrader, you said?
Dave, yeah.
Really good question. And I love the fact that he didn't just say, some cliche. It was thought out. And I love when you verbalize what you're thinking. Let me say, what do I want to say here without saying anything? And that's what Tucker did there.
How do I want to
He
put
obviously
this?
wants to get this. He wants to get this deal done. And I mean, we spent almost a vast majority of yesterday's show discussing this. He went through practice yesterday. It's telling me he knows what he's worth. His team knows what he's worth. And he is going to stick to what that is. Now, is that actually going to be how it plays out? If he hadn't felt that way, he would have probably signed already. So this has been pretty obvious to me that it's all about guaranteed money. And it's the structure of what this deal needs to be is more in line with what Tucker wants to have, and it is not there yet. And I think at some point, Tucker is going to have to probably get a little hardballish. And I don't know if that's that's going to be. Because I think Goody, for as much as he'd love to have Tucker Kraft signed and under contract, is he going to be bummed if he's paying Tucker Kraft a veteran or the league minimum, which is what he would be getting this year on his rookie deal? He's not going to be mad about that. He'd love to get a deal done, but it's a deal done on his terms. And if that's the case, he'll do it. And if not, I think if Tucker's not going to withhold his services, he's going to play. And Tucker is a competitor. He's going to play hard. But then that bill comes due, and I'll tell you, that bill will be a lot larger in February, March than it is right now in August.
Does he sound irritated to you?
Yeah.
Okay, me too. I think that was, he knew exactly what he was doing. He's a smart cat. He paused the way he paused. He set the stage because what he was doing was, how do I want to put this, was basically, what do I want to say as opposed to what I really could say, and I'm going to choose not to.
Correct.
I think it was a message to this team, and look, he is a well-aware guy. I am certain by the time they got to post-practice, you can see him in the video. He has showered. This wasn't just right after he came off the field after practice. I am sure someone let him know because Goody had spoken at 10 a.m., and this was at 2:40 p.m., what Goody had said in response to my question about getting the deal done. He was aware of that. He answered the way he answered. I thought this was, hey, man, enough dinking around. Let's go. And again, you and I didn't agree yesterday on this. I understand that it's Russ Ball's job to sign players to the most team-friendly deals as possible. But sometimes there are players that merit a contract that isn't as team-friendly as you want it to be. And Christian Watson apparently didn't merit that type of contract. Jaden Reed didn't. Devontae Wyatt didn't. I think Tucker Kraft does. And so if you have to guarantee him more money than you would like, if they agree on the total amount and the annual average, and they are disagreeing on the guarantees, as you, I think, astutely point out, I would say get the guaranteed money, give him what he wants, get the deal done, and trust the fact that that guaranteed money will not be money poorly spent because of who he is and what his track record is for your team.
It's easy to say. you're not writing the check. So I get it.
Neither are
you're
you.
not a fan. I understand, but you see, businesses work that way, Jason. So yes, you care for your guy. He will be earning the most amount of money a tight end per year that anybody's going to be. There's a give and a take. So for people that sit there and say, "Oh, you should do this, you should do that," that's not how business works.
So you're telling me that if they're offering him $35 million of a 4-year, $84 million extension.
Well, those numbers seem very specific.
Well,
sounds
I'm putting
very
that into
specific.
I'm putting that into an average
Somebody's
of $21
doing a
million
little
a year.
behind the scenes work with some agents, huh?
And they're offering
that.
him. They're offering him $35 million guaranteed, and he wants $55 million guaranteed. You're telling me you can't say, "Hey, let's meet in the middle at $45 million in guaranteed money
you can.
and get this over with"?
Yeah, of course you can.
I don't think I don't feel like my position is unreasonable because you're not paying him more money. You're just guaranteeing him a larger percentage of what you're paying him.
You don't know how much they have in a guarantee, and we don't know that. And if you do, I'd love to hear it. If it's Tucker Kraft wanting 100% of his contract guaranteed or 90% of his contract guaranteed, and the Packers want 30, if they go to 55 or 60, that's a reasonable compromise. I'm on board with that. But if the Packers are saying, "No, this is what we're doing. You're coming off an ACL. We want to see this," and Tucker doesn't want to do it, that's where they're at, in my opinion. So I don't know if that's accurate, but to sit here and say, "Well, the Packers, he's a core player. They should pay him." Yeah, they are paying him. They're going to structure it the way they want. Just like when you're selling hangers, if somebody comes to you and says, "Well, I'll only give you 10 cents a hanger. You want $1 a hanger," that's a 90-cent difference. You're not going to just say, "Oh, here you go." Now, if you want to get rid of it, you're going to sell the hangers for 10 cents. That's what this is. And you sitting there saying, "He should just do it." Well, Freddie really needs hangers, Jason. Just give them to him. Well, that's not how you run a hanger selling business, which is what you do.
I know you enjoy the hanger joke, but this is such a...
It's not a hanger joke. You sold hangers. And you wanted to get $10 for 100 hangers. Somebody offered you 5, you'd say, "Well, why don't we go $7.50? Okay, that's a great compromise. If somebody said, "No, I'm just going to I'm just going to take your hangers. I'm going to give you 30 cents. You're not going to do it. So yes, it's different because the scale is different, but the premise is the same.
The amount of money is the same. The question is the guaranteed percentage of it. Your comparison of my Facebook Marketplace hanger sales are a final price. That's not the same. It's not.
Jason,
do you believe in Tucker Kraft or not? Has he proven to you that his knee is healthy or not? If you are the Packers, you should not be afraid of guaranteeing him a higher percentage than what you guaranteed to those other 3 guys. I just fundamentally disagree.
Okay, but you don't even know what you're disagreeing on. If you don't think the final price of your hangers is the guarantee money, because if something happens to Tucker Kraft, he's only going to get what the final price on the guarantee is. He's not going to get the other $60 million.
Which is another example. How on earth are you, of all people, who played in the NFL for 11 years,
I'm not telling you, Jason, hold up a second. I'm not telling you what I think I think Tucker's well in his right to not sign the deal. But to sit here and say, "Well, Tucker Kraft, the Packers should just pay him whatever he wants." That's not how this works.
That's not what I said. I did not say they should pay him whatever he wants.
You're acting like I'm trying to be pro-organization.
You are.
And I'm telling you what's happening. I ain't saying what should or shouldn't happen. You're acting as if, "Well, the Packers should do this." Well, that's not how it works.
Then what should be happening then, Tausch? Don't tell me no blank. They're trying to minimize the amount of guaranteed money. But what should they do?
You want to leverage, you don't play. And when you're coming off an ACL, you don't go out there. Then that says you need to do this or I'm not going to be playing. You'll get taken advantage of if you do it the other way. That's the reality. And if Tucker Kraft is going to do this a certain way, he's doing everything the right way. The Packers are going to pay him. Are they going to pay him more if he's there and doing a good job, or are they going to pay him more if he's not there and they don't know if he's going to play in the Viking game? You tell me what's worked better over the years.
So they make the final cuts. So they make the final cuts on Sunday, and on Monday, Tucker says, "Hey, man, I'm sorry, the deal's not done. I'm not coming in."
Okay.
Then what? Because he doesn't want to be that guy. He's not going to do that.
I would agree.
But instead of putting the player in position to have to be that bad of a villain, because that's what you're doing then, because you're leaving your team out to dry before the season starts, why not just compromise on the guarantees? Because you said yourself you believe that's the case.
They are going to compromise. And if they don't compromise, the compromise can be Tucker is going to play this season out and get paid a heck of a lot more than he would right now. This is what players and teams bargain against. And there's a line where the Packers will say, I'm fine with you playing it out. We'll pay you more in February. And then Tucker has to say, I want that more, or I want the security of it. I want the security of having $30 million hit my bank account tomorrow. That's what this is. You've done this 30 years, Jason. You know it.
Right, and I've seen them pay guys. Jason, I've seen them pay guys like this more quickly than this has happened here.
Who?
Devontae Adams and
Jason,
Corey Linsley at the end of this. There were guys, they used to sign guys to extensions before the season ended.
Yes, and they didn't
when they had existing deals.
They never did that, paying them full freight, ever, unless it's a quarterback, where they said, you're going to set the top of the market and get the most guarantees of any player ever. Tell me when that has happened with Russ Ball. Somebody tell me that. I'm still listening.
This is something that could have gotten.
I don't understand. You've been around this so long that you know what's going on.
Yeah,
and I'm dumbfounded that you're saying Tucker Kraft is so good that Tucker Kraft is so good that they should give him whatever he wants. That's what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying.
And you know that's not how it works.
I literally have said
to
compromising multiple times, not give him everything you want. Give him 4 years, $84 million, and all $84 million is guaranteed. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
what are you saying?
If you have to guarantee a little bit more than you prefer, you have managed to lock up 3 other players this offseason alone. I mean, my God, man. The wide receiver for the Indianapolis Colts, Pierce, he got like 60-some million guaranteed. Now, you could argue that the Colts suck at this business, and that's why they did it. But you have managed to mitigate the amount of guaranteed money in 3 other contracts. If you give a little more guaranteed money to the 4th guy, who cares? And in an era when there's $300 million caps, you can figure out a way to get out from under it if for some reason a Tucker Kraft contract is going to go south, which I don't think anybody expects, including Goody. So I just, I understand. You love what Russ Ball does. He gets team-friendly contracts from everybody.
First off, I don't. The Packers as an organization have done a great job. It's on the player to say, no, I'm going to get everything I want. And the only way you do that is by going all the way to free agency. It's been proven, and that's why I'm just dumbfounded. You're saying compromise. They are going to compromise. The Packers are still going to win. You win if you give contracts early, and the player's great, the player is going to end up looking in 2 or 3 years saying, I should have got more. And that's the compromise. They're not going to compromise and say, we're giving you everything you want coming off of an ACL and a year left on your deal. They're just not going to do that.
How many times are you going to say giving you everything you want when I've literally talked about compromise?
Yeah, we're sitting here arguing something. I don't think either of us. I don't think I'm just confused by you. And maybe I need to go to confusion school and get a better understanding of where you're at, because I don't think I know your point on what you're trying to do. I would love for the Green Bay Packers and Tucker Kraft to sign the biggest deal, and I'd love for Tucker to get every penny guaranteed. I know that's not going to happen. And I'm guessing Tucker wants as much of that to happen. That's what the holdup is. The Packers and Tucker will figure it out, and it's going to get done. And all of this is just going to be foolish talk. But I understand it is a big deal because Tucker is a heck of a player, and we need him on this squad.
Whenever he gets that contract, he can deposit all those big bucks into his associated bank account, and he can get Packers checking, Brewers checking, or Badgers checking in the process. I don't think They have South Dakota State Jackrabbits checking, but I'll have to check on that. I do know that when you get Brewers checking, you get all kinds of great perks. Weather, that is 20% off the Brewers team store, 50% off game tickets, savings on both the 5K and 10K Famous Racing Sausages Run and Walk, or your registration for the Brewers Baseball Academy. And you also get to go in through the Associated Bank gate, so you can tailgate a little bit longer. Go to associatedbank.com/Brewers to find out more. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. Well, we've been celebrating our 10th anniversary of Wilde and Tausch all summer long, which has included a lot of nostalgia as we feature throwbacks to some of our favorite moments throughout our show's history. Well, how's this for another throwback? Introducing Pizza Hut's Throwback Value Menu. It features their iconic personal pan pizza for just $3 and a medium one-topping original stuffed crust for just $10. Take a look for yourself to find more deals on 2-liter sodas, breadsticks, and much more. You asked for it, so they delivered. It's the Throwback Value Menu from Pizza Hut. Order online at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app to find more about this and a bunch of other great deals. The Throwback Value Menu, only at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Life moves fast. Your car should move with it. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, they've got a vehicle and payment options that fit every stage of your journey. Just graduated? Start smart in a Chevy Trax. Stylish, efficient, and budget-friendly. Growing your family? The Equinox gives you the space and versatility you need. And when life gets even bigger, the Traverse or Tahoe is ready for it all. Kids, carpools, and road trips. Visit them today in Sun Prairie or online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
Since 1956, Hallman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Hallman Lindsay has grown over the years to 27 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Hallman Lindsay has the paints you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Hallman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Experience championship golf at University Ridge, the official golf course of the University of Wisconsin. Nestled in the heart of Badger Country, University Ridge continues to earn recognition as one of Wisconsin's premier public golf destinations. Whether you're planning a tournament, hosting a corporate event, or enjoying a day on the course, the team at University Ridge is committed to delivering an exceptional experience from the first tee to the final putt. Reserve your tee time today at universityridge.com. That's universityridge.com.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
ESPN Madison's Mark Tauscher here for Outdoor Living Unlimited. Well, my wife and I chose Outdoor Living Unlimited to build our outdoor project. When we met with Aaron and Eric Brown, owners and brothers of Outdoor Living Unlimited, we felt like they were the right guys to work with. We share the same hardworking values, and their showroom is a must-see at 2018 South Stoughton Road in Madison. If you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, and more, Outdoor Living Unlimited is a must. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space.
Why haven't the Packers paid Tucker Kraft?
We would love to have that done. Whether we're able to accomplish that before the beginning of the season or not, we'll see. These things take time, and sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't.
Your home for Packers fans, the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Before we get to our Tournament of Champions, Tausch will tell us again about Tito's.
After that conversation, I need about 15 Tito's, and I mix it with cranberry, lemonade, grape juice, whatever it might be. Tito's handmade vodka is what you should be mixing all of your drinks with, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Time now for our Tournament of Champions.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary presented by Steinhoffels. Nostalgia?
It's the best sports show in the state. It has been since 2016. It will continue to be. It's not even remotely close.
Appreciation.
I'm happy that with our partners and with our fans, we're able to kind of celebrate this.
Fun.
It's clear that you guys have done an unbelievable job of appealing to fans, partners, not as much teammates.
And competition.
The greatest of all time.
16 champions enter, but only one will achieve true greatness. This is the Wilde and Tausch Trivia Tournament of Champions, brought to you by Events by Design. For over 25 years, Events by Design has helped organizations create seamless, unforgettable events that leave a lasting impression. Search online Events by Design. We design, you party.
It is time for a semifinal matchup. Jesse, what do we got today?
This is a big one. Our first semifinal. The other one will be on Monday, and then our championship next Thursday. Today's semifinal features the champion of the Hard at Work region, Mailman Matt, against our champion of the same name region, Dan in Brothertown.
All right, and you are going to flip a coin when we introduce our contestants. Let's welcome them in again in the same name region. First, we say good morning to Dan in Brothertown. Dan, good morning. How are you, buddy?
Good, Jason. How are you today?
Great. And then we welcome in Mailman Matt. Matt, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Hard at work. Just dropped off a couple packages, and I'm parked on the road here waiting to answer some questions.
How much does ground advantage cost if the package weighs 2 pounds and is... Never mind. Jesse, you're going to flip a coin here. Who gets to call it?
I will call it. So heads, the draft logo belongs to Dan in Brothertown. Tails, Packers give back, belongs to Mailman Matt. Great toss again. I'm really good at this. And it is heads. That means Dan in Brothertown gets his choice. Do you want to go first or second? And do you want Jason's questions or Tausch's, Dan?
Okay, I'm going to go first. And let's go with, I haven't had Mark yet in the tournament, so I'm going to take Mark's questions.
Wow.
Yeah, but
smart move. Smart move.
These are hard questions today, by the way, everybody. They are hard.
No doubt. I have no doubt.
In honor of Dolly, and you get to hear me sing a little bit, finish these lyrics to the Dolly Parton Kenny Rogers classic. And here we go. Islands in the stream, that is what we are. No one in between. And then it goes, how can we be wrong? We can go so far, or let's just float along.
How can we be wrong?
Nailed it.
It is a classic, without a doubt. I would have gotten that one right, too. That was played a lot in my house growing up. Question one, Mailman Matt. In the category of sports current events, which state's Little League team eliminated Wisconsin in the Midwest Regional Final and advanced to Williamsport to compete in the 2026 Little League World Series? Who knocked out Whitefish Bay? Was it Ohio, Iowa, or Minnesota?
I remember, I think there was some controversy about it, but I don't remember which one it was. Ohio, Iowa, or Minnesota, you said?
Those are your options, Matt. Yes.
Let's go with Minnesota.
An early
Tough
lead
first
for
question,
Dan and Brothertown.
They're all tough today. I
Pretty
told ya.
tough. That one was really tough for the first one. Not many jokes. All right, here we go. We can pull away. Badgers. This is under the Badgers trivia question. Dan, which of these players is the all-time record holder for most three-point shots made in Wisconsin men's basketball history? Is it Brad Davison, Ben Brust, or Bronson Koenig?
Oh, wow. Okay, somebody had to play 4 years. Ben Brust, I don't think it was. Who was the first one?
Davison.
No, he didn't shoot him that much. I'm going to go with Bronson Koenig. Oh! Shoot.
Well, we know it's not Ben Brust.
It was at one point. When Ben's career ended, it was Ben Brust.
But Brad Davison played a lot. What did he play? 8 seasons
played
in Wisconsin?
Yeah, he was there 12 seasons.
7 or 8 years, I think.
And I don't know how it's working. He might come back this year.
From the NFL. All right, Matt. The door has been reopened for you after the first question you got wrong. Now, Dan has gotten one wrong. So here's question 2 and a chance to tie things back up. It is in the category of Packers trivia. Which of these teams did the Green Bay Packers not face in the playoffs en route to winning Super Bowl 31 in the 1996 postseason following the 1996 season?
Had to make sure we got that. You know, there were
96 team.
There were 2 playoff runs around 96. It was difficult to clarify that.
It's an interesting way to go about it. All right, so which of these teams did the Packers not play on the road to beating the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl? Was it the Philadelphia Eagles, the Carolina Panthers, or the San Francisco 49ers that they did not play?
Philadelphia.
You are correct.
Oh,
they did play them on
up.
the road to Super Bowl 45, but not on the road to Super Bowl 31. All right, 1-1.
All right. We need this. This is Wilde and Tausch history. When Wilde and Tausch debuted in August of 2016, it was a 2-hour show that aired 9A to 11A. What was the name of the show hosted by Greg Scalzo that followed Wilde and Tausch weekdays from 11 to 12 on ESPN Madison? This is not, I don't know how many people listen to this show. So is it Madison Game Day, On the Rocks, or The Chaser?
Oh, my God, I never listened to that. Madison Game Day, On the Rock, or Chaser. Once you guys are off the air, I'm off the air. I'm going to go with Madison Game Day.
Oh! Oof. On the Rocks with Greg Scalzo, and then it was Scalzo and Brust went right after that.
Correct.
Right? They were in Madison only for a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And they went big and went multi-market.
Went to the afternoons,
all right.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, we are tied 1-1. Dan and Brothertown facing elimination with this question. Matt, if you get it right, you will advance to the championship. If you get it wrong, we will advance to penalty kicks.
Very controversial overtime rules.
Question number 3, Matt, in the category of Wisconsin geography is this. Which of these accurately describes the location of Osseo relative to Eau Claire, Wisconsin? Wow. Is Osseo northeast? I'm sorry. Is Osseo northwest of Eau Claire? Is it southwest of Eau Claire or southeast of Eau Claire?
I've heard of it, but
I'll be honest with you, I have no idea. Do you want those choices again?
So it's northwest of Eau Claire, southwest of Eau Claire, or southeast of Eau Claire.
Those are your options. Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to go with southwest.
Oh, boy. The correct answer is southeast of Eau Claire. Southeast of Eau Claire, at least according to Jesse's information.
It is correct, I promise you.
All right, Jesse, now what?
So now we go to the very controversial overtime session. There is one question remaining in the category of U.S. presidents.
Oh, God.
I am going to flip the coin. Same thing. Dan is heads, Matt is tails. Whoever wins the toss gets to choose whether they want the question or if they would like to pass. If the question is answered correctly, that person moves on to the title match. If it's incorrect, the other contestant moves on to the championship. It is tails. So Matt gets the choice. Do you want the question or do you want to pass? U.S. presidents.
I'll take the question or go home.
Put your fate in your own hands. I respect it. Unless you're playing Name That Tune and you think Tausch sucks at it, then you just let him, if your opponent is making mistakes, don't interrupt them. All right.
This is it.
U.S. presidents is the category. Mailman Matt, the question is this. Holy smokes. Who is the most recent James that served as President of the United States? Is it James A. Garfield, James K. Polk, or James Buchanan? The most recent James to have served as the President of the United States of America. James Garfield, James Polk, or James Buchanan?
James Garfield.
Are you a presidential historian in addition to being a letter carrier?
My dad was a history teacher, so I do have some interest in history, but that was still a tough one to think through, but I was pretty confident once I heard the question.
You said it very confidently, and you were correct. We will get back to you in a moment. Mailman Matt. Dan in Brothertown, Coach, it was a great run, but it comes to an end at the Final Four.
Yeah, it's funny. I would have had those the questions he had wrong. I'd have had with your questions. I should have stuck with you, Jason, by mistake. But hey, it's a privilege and an honor.
Heck of a run, Dan.
Considered an OG.
Heck of a run.
We appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for playing. Congratulations, Mailman Matt. You are into the finals. Do we have the other finalist already?
We do not. We are still going to play on Monday to determine whether Mailman Matt will face Tucker in Wausau or Coach Aaron Mack for the championship next week.
Matt, thanks for playing, buddy. And your father being a history teacher certainly played to your advantage today. So congratulations, buddy. Well done.
Thank you. I enjoy playing, and I love Wilde and Tausch. So thank you.
I'll be honest. I would be cooked on presidential trivia. There is no way I would have gotten that right. None. And all those guys were presidents in the 1800s.
Yeah, they were pretty close to each other there. Tausch, would you have gotten it right? Are you still there with us? I think we might have lost him at some point during this. So, that's okay. We knew he was going to be stepping away.
Why
anyway.
would you ask if you don't know the answer to this?
I figured it was the best way to ask him. So, yeah, I guess we lost him at some point during overtime there, but that's all right. We knew he was going to be stepping away for his big golf outing today anyway.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. And you should be okay with your next event. You will be more than okay, though, if you have events by design. Imagine hosting an event where you don't have to check your phone or put out a single fire. The curated music, the immersive lighting, the welcoming atmosphere, everything coming together seamlessly. Guests are smiling, conversations are flowing, and you're not worried about what's happening behind the scenes. Events by Design will handle the planning, the production, and every detail that will make your next event unforgettable. So you can focus on your guests instead of a to-do list. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. Yep, that's all you gotta do. Google it. Events by Design. They design, you party. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Green Bay, we might have a kicker.
He has now earned the trust because of these two preseason performances that I think it's going to go through the uprights every time.
You're listening to Madison's home for Packers fans, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Mark Tauscher here for Olsen Toon. Whether it's judging a rookie in his first minicamp, coach in his first season at a new job, or with many other facets of life outside of sports, first impressions matter. Your outdoor space is often the first thing people see, meaning it's the first impression they get of your home or business. Well, since 1997, Olsen Toon has been helping homeowners and businesses across Dane County create and maintain beautiful outdoor spaces. From landscaping and concrete to excavation and year-round maintenance, they're your team for everything outdoors. If you're ready to elevate your property, contact Olsen Toon today and learn more at olsentoon.com. Creating lasting impressions every season, every day. That's the Olsen Toon difference.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels. Shop Steinhoffels' Labor Day sale and save up to 30% on furniture and home decor. Plus, get a free 65 or 85-inch TV with a qualifying purchase. Shop now in-store or online. The Barry Alvarez Show is back. The Don debuted for the 2026 season Monday night, and he's a believer in the Badgers' offense.
We were good on defense last year. If you just go through the natural progression, you should be better. And I like what I've seen on our offense. I like our offensive line. I like the fact that there aren't people running free. I love our quarterbacks, and I like this team. I can't wait to watch them play against a team at this level.
At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, premium quality doesn't come at just one price point. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Every tailgate has one. One person who brings the grill. One person with the long games. One who's convinced this is the year. But everyone's favorite, the one who shows up with the carbless. Handcrafted premium cocktails with bold flavors, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, just 100 calories, and gluten-free. No mixers, no mess. Just crack one open and enjoy. This football season, make Carbless the MVP of your cooler. Find your bliss at drinkcarbless.com.
Dealing with storm damage? That's never fun. That's why homeowners are turning to Everlight Solar for roofing and exterior repairs done right. They handle the entire process, from insurance claims to fixing your roof with one trusted team. Less stress, faster solutions, and a home that stays protected from the elements. If your roof took a hit, Everlight's got you covered. Visit everlightroofing.com to get started today. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
You hear him game day.
At the 10, the 5, touchdown, Wisconsin!
Now hear him every day.
You want to make the other team hurt. That was his line. They're trying to get back to that.
Voice of the Badgers, Matt LePay, is on ESPN Madison.
This is a big year for these guys where they can prove that we're still Wisconsin. I will forever believe that Luke Fickell's a really good football coach.
Hear Matt LePay every week on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube. Madison's home for Badgers fans.
Mark Tauscher here for Buckin' Honeys. Summer in Wisconsin is too good to spend indoors. And whether you're meeting the crew after work, grabbing dinner before the game, or just looking for a great patio spot, Buckin' Honeys has you covered. Their spacious patios are the perfect place to enjoy award-winning dishes, craft cocktails, and an easygoing atmosphere. Visit their locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Waunakee, or Mount Horeb. Grab your people, find a spot on the patio, and make the most of summer at Buckin' Honeys. We'll see you there.
Why haven't the Packers paid Tucker Kraft?
If I'm Jordan Love, I'm pissed. I'm mad at the Packers if they haven't gotten something figured out there. You saw how much of a key piece he was to our offense last year.
Your home for Packers fans, the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Before we get to the 11 o'clock hour, breaking news.
Oh, baby, now this is some breaking news.
From Jordan Schultz, the Schultz Report. What does Tausch like to call him? Starbucks guy?
Starbucks guy, yeah.
The Packers are signing former Pro Bowl tight end Jonnu Smith. Jonnu Smith to a one-year deal, or how much of it's guaranteed? Per Jordan, one of the NFL's most respected veterans. Smith has caught 345 career passes and 30 touchdowns. I believe he played for a period of time with one Aaron Charles Rodgers. He is 31 years old. He just celebrated his 31st birthday. Spent 4 years with the Tennessee Titans. And has done some bouncing around since then. 2 years in New England, a year in Atlanta, a year in Miami, last year in Pittsburgh with Aaron Rodgers. But he is now going to be added to the Packers tight end group alongside Tucker Kraft, Josh Wilde, and I would say, Jesse, that this says more about whether or not Luke Musgrave will be available at any point soon, or if at all, than it says about where the Tucker Kraft negotiations are.
That's what I thought when I saw this. I think the first instinct, because I don't know if everyone else has had Tucker Kraft on the mind the same way this show has this morning, but I think a first instinct for most fans is Tucker Kraft. What does this mean for his contract extension conversation? But that's not really what this is about. It's about Musgrave and probably getting some bad news there, right? That would be the guess here, that he's going to be the number two.
And not necessarily feeling great about, some of the other guys that have played there. Drake Dabney.
Wiley? Wiley.
No, Josh Wiley's still going to be part of what they're going to be doing, that's for sure. But, Jonnu Smith obviously has a lot of pelts on the wall, and they are definitely not deep enough at tight end. Look, however you feel about Luke Musgrave has played a pretty significant amount of football for these guys, and you would rather have him available than not. Whether or not he's going to play at the level you're looking for and whether he can do some of the things you'd like him to be doing, I'm certainly open to admitting that that's not necessarily the case with him, right? Blocking doesn't seem to have ever gotten appreciably better. You can't stay healthy. Those are all bad combinations. So Jonnu Smith added to the Packers tight end group as they get ready for their final preseason game. I think it's safe to say Jonnu won't be playing on Friday night, but is going to be on this roster when they get to their final roster reduction on Sunday. I need to remind you again, and I've told you about this a couple times this week, but I have gotten 4 or 5 folks that have reached out after I have admitted my negligence with my estate planning and talked about how much Walney Legal Group has helped me get my act together, and they will do that for you as well because they're the best in the business. Lawyering the way it should be with clear communication, niche expertise, personal service, and a modern approach when it comes to estate planning, whether that's wills, trusts, probate, elder care, or special needs planning. They offer a custom, personalized experience, not that cookie-cutter, one-size-fits-all type solution. And don't forget, too, I mean, I am not quite there yet. Luckily, we're just worrying about the girls getting their driver's licenses. They're not leaving us for college just yet. But if you have a child who is leaving for college, you have to keep this in mind as well. They help everyone, young adults, business owners, families, retirees, high net worth individuals, that is not me, blended families, professionals, everyone over the age of 18 can be impacted by estate planning. And the cost of not planning far outweighs the cost of planning. But you got to make sure that you're covered with your kids leaving for college, because you have to make sure you have power of attorney and all those things that you don't think about otherwise when your kids are only 18. So make sure you start the conversation at walneylegal.com. That's WALNY legal.com. The 11 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. And when it comes to gifts that actually mean something, I head to Chalmers Jewelers. My wife Sarah, she loves the beautiful custom jewelry they've made for her, and my daughter Eleanor has some special pieces from Chalmers as well. And what I appreciate most, they help you create something personal that'll last a lifetime. Engagement rings, anniversary gifts, or a one-of-a-kind custom piece. Stop by Chalmers Jewelers and tell Garrett and Devin that Tausch sent you.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. Hi, this is former Badger Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
A Good Karma sports radio station. Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio. This is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's premier roofing, siding, and window contractor since 2002. Visit them at ridgetopexteriors.com. Breaking news on ESPN Madison, brought to you by the Metro family of auto dealerships on the east side of Madison. The Green Bay Packers, according to Fox Sports NFL insider Jordan Schultz, set to sign veteran tight end Jonnu Smith to a one-year deal. Smith, a veteran, over 30 years old, likely going to help fill in where there may be some time missing for the injured Luke Musgrave, who has missed training camp for the Packers here in 2026. Plenty to talk about. We'll continue to keep our eyes on the news as it unfolds up in Green Bay with Jason Wilde here on Wilde and Tausch. Also check up on the latest with Rob Domofsky, ESPN NFL Packers reporter over at ESPN.com. Of course, all of that in store for the final preseason game tomorrow night at Lambeau Field. First one in Green Bay this season. Packers playing host to the Arizona Cardinals. Following yesterday's joint practice, most of the starters for both teams expected not to participate in tomorrow night's game. Matt LePay, voice of the Badgers, joins Wilde and Tausch right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Joining us now is the Green Bay Packers' new head coach, Matt LaFleur on Wilde and Tausch.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Matt LaFleur, Matt Nagy, and Matt Patricia. Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach not named Matt. No, I'm sorry.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach named Matt? Matt Damon, Matt Ryan, somebody else.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
Can you repeat that question?
Sorry.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. It begins without Tausch, but it begins with the man whose son he never wanted is Jesse Nelson. The iconic, legendary, trying to think of other ones that won't make him sound so old.
Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame?
Yeah, Hall of Fame, sure. I just call him the best. He's the best. And I thank him again for not leaving us for the Minnesota Vikings once upon a time. He is the great Matt LePay on Wilde and Tausch. Matt, good morning, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing well, Jason. Must have been something I said. Tausch has left the show, so it's been a long season. He's tired of me.
I'm sure it was more either A, him playing golf with the hockey crew, or B, he and I got into it today. It does not happen very often.
It's been a while, yeah.
I don't understand his position on Tucker Kraft to save my life, and he doesn't seem to understand my position, nor have an interest in actually listening to my position, so it's neither here nor there.
We'll try again tomorrow.
Are you ready to come on up by me for the Badgers and Fighting Irish at Lambeau Field, or are you still getting into your Lambeau Field mindset for that one?
No, I am on my way to that mindset. I have started my deep dive into Notre Dame. I am eagerly anticipating the 10-year celebration of you and apparently now your sparring partner, Old T. It will be a fun weekend. Knock on wood, it will be a good game on September 6th.
Well, as I have been told many times by a hot take artist who isn't really related to you, the Badgers can win. They can. Whether they will or not, we'll have to wait and see. I do have a neighbor with Play Like a Champion today in their front window, so I guess I know where they stand as we head into that matchup. It's been there since they moved in, though, so I don't think this is a recent addition to their decorations in their front window, but nevertheless, Play Like a Champion today. Tausch is out at practice. I know the media is no longer there, so there's some limitations to what you and he can and can't share now that we're into that point of preparations. But what did you see throughout the summer here that make you feel more and more encouraged as the season approaches?
Cautiously encouraged, cautiously optimistic. The two words, cautiously optimistic, words I'm wearing out about this team. I think, Jason, it is a more talented team. The new faces at quarterback, Colton Joseph, Deuce Adams, who are transfers, Ryan Hopkins, a true freshman from Southern California, gifted, all can run, all throw it pretty well. Some of these newer faces in the running back room, Abu Sama, who comes over from Iowa State, he's been impressive. Shamar Rigby, a transfer from Oklahoma State, is someone who in the last week or so, now that he's been healthy and participating in team portions of practices, is someone like, okay, they may have somebody here. Eugene Hilton, his progression from his freshman year to what he, I think, is capable of doing. Those are just a few. And on the defensive side, to make a long answer a little less long, I think there is more speed in the secondary. I think this defense has a chance to be pretty good. It was a solid group last year. They didn't create many turnovers, but I think this group could be better at that, and they'll get a pretty good test coming up here in about a week and a half.
So I was talking to somebody else who knows a lot about Badger football that is not named Matt LePay or Mark Tauscher, and we were talking about the quarterbacks. And I want to be clear, I have nothing against Colton Joseph at all. Unfortunately, the track record of the Luke Fickell era is if you are the high-priced transfer quarterback, something just short of boils and frogs and locusts is going to descend upon you. I hope he stays healthy. I hope he has a great season. How do you feel about the other guys that you mentioned, though? Especially, like, I don't know, just because other guys have gone on to success does not mean that Ryan Hopkins will. But even I know that Mater D puts out NFL players, right? Amon Ross St. Brown, I think, went to that high school. Matt Leinart. Who am I missing? Bryce Young, who we were talking about earlier in the show. Like, that is, like, you coming out of there, you're probably a pretty good player. And I know he's a true freshman, but the other two guys, assuming Colton Joseph stays healthy and has a great season, great. If he weren't, why did you bring up those other two guys, and what do you like about them?
Well, the thing about all three of the newer faces, and you still have Danny O'Neal and Carter Smith from last year, but just talking about the newer guys, they can all hurt defenses. I believe they're able to hurt defenses with their feet. Colton Joseph showed that last year at Old Dominion. He ran for more than 1,000 yards, had a couple long touchdown runs against Indiana in last year's season opener. And I think he throws it pretty well. I'm not going to say I'm not going to overhype this. I'm not going to say he's got a cannon for an arm, but I think he certainly throws it well enough. But because they want their quarterbacks to run here. They brought these guys in for a reason because of their ability to move, and if either design runs or if plays are breaking down at the pocket, if the protection breaks down, they can still get something done with their feet. But if they need to, or if something happens with Colton Joseph that he gets hurt, they don't have to completely revamp their offense. At least I don't think so, because Deuce Adams from Louisville started a game last year for the Cardinals. Coach there in Jeff Brom. He can throw it. He runs it well. And the Hopkins kid, even in the spring, Jason, he had a lot of people's heads turning. Like, whoa, okay, this guy, he can sling it. He runs extremely well. And that program is, as you mentioned, it's nationally respected. But he is a true freshman. But I think if they had to, for whatever reason, I think these other two guys are capable of giving this offense a chance to, I know there's nowhere to go but up, but to be considerably better than what we have seen, not just last year, but in the previous 2 or 3 years.
So my freshman year at Wisconsin, they had a superstar defensive player, guy by the name of Troy Vincent.
Yeah, he was pretty
and they
good.
didn't have much else. That is not the case now, I understand. But they have had some great defensive players, some of them with the last name of Watt, some of them not. But they've had a lot of great defensive players. Is Mason Posa the next in that line? I understand he only has 1 year of college football experience, but it was a damn good freshman year. What is the expectation for him as we get ready for the season?
I think Mason Posa and Cooper Catalano could be on a path to be the next standout linebackers here. And I qualify all this, Jason, because each guy started 5 games last year. But yet when Wisconsin beat a ranked team for the first time since 2021, Mason Posa had a lot to do with it. Wisconsin recovered 1 fumble all year last year, and it was Posa, a strip sack. And that gave the offense 7 yards to cover to score. They did, but he was making plays. That is a shine. That was the defensive play of the year, I think. But they both have a nose for the ball. They lead in different ways. Posa is more vocal, but Catalano, who had a zillion tackles at Germantown High School, the all-time tackles leader in Wisconsin high school football history, he too is he just has a nose for the ball. Their instincts are really good, but in a lot of ways, their careers are just starting. But if you were, I don't know how many casual fans could name more than a handful of players on this roster, to be brutally honest, but a lot of people know who Mason Posa and Cooper Catalano are. And I think we're all eager to see, okay, 5 games you started, you played really well. Now, how do you build on that this season?
Yeah, in my defense and in their defense, in today's era, it's just not the same. Like, man, I feel like I knew every player other than the freshman and the occasional transfer, even when I wasn't covering the Badgers, and it's just so different now. Speaking of Mason Posa and our mutual friend Joe Thomas, there has been some reporting, I don't know if either of them have confirmed it, that they are involved as the new owners of Mickey's Dairy Bar. I am not here to ask you about the veracity of those reports. I am instead here to ask you, when you eat at Mickey's Dairy Bar, what do you get?
Man, that's been a long time. And yeah, you know what? I was with Joe a couple nights ago at a Middleton Chamber of Commerce event.
I heard about that event. I heard it was very good.
ESPN Madison, a big reason why that took place. But the topic did not come up because it's been whatever it is, whatever I have there, though, and it's been several years, you don't see the plate, right? Never. I mean, it's eggs galore. You get the pancakes going. The pancakes were like the size of manhole covers, if I remember right. Mm-hmm. A big smile on your face, little memory lane there.
Indeed.
But yes, I eagerly anticipate the next time I go if Joe is part of this or not. But I understand many football players, past especially, or at least some, have an involvement in the iconic Mickey's.
My only request for Joe and Mason, if they are involved, take tap to pay. The cash thing, it's quaint, it's nice, but now that the original owners or whoever the owners had been have retired, I would appreciate the make it easier to pay. Jesse?
I heard a rumor there was a bold prediction that was made at the Middleton Chamber event with Joe Thomas the other day. Are there any truths to that rumor, Dad, about expectations for the coming Wisconsin football season?
I threw out a number. It was the rapid fire. Joe was predicting 9, and I really don't make predictions, but since it was off the record until now, son. I wasn't there. I pulled a number out of the air. I said 8. I have no idea. Was basically the point of that. I mean, how would any of us really know?
Eight points is how much they're going to win by against Notre Dame. Is that what the number
was?
According
to Jesse. Hot take, Jesse. I think what I said, Jesse, I said they could win 8. Then I said,
you'd be right.
Win 7. Yeah. They could win 10. But I think I said they could win 8. That was my Jesse Nelson hot take at the Middleton Chamber of Commerce event.
I guess that's 2 ambushes now for me this week talking Badgers, so maybe I should retire for the rest of the week. Dennis Semrau and I were delivered a Pizza Hut pizza to our broadcast booth as part of our Prep Mania broadcast last week with members of our ESPN Madison team. Have you ever been the recipient of a special delivery mid-game? And if so, what's your best one?
Yeah, occasionally we've gotten a pizza. Brian Butch, my basketball partner and the former Badger great, he worked out a deal with a pretzel company. So we would get soft pretzel deliveries at pretty much every home basketball game last year. That was always good. An unnamed friend of mine, I suggested I could use a cocktail, and it jokingly, and lo and behold, at halftime, one showed up, of which I refrained from consuming, for the record, until after the broadcast. But yeah, sometimes ask and you shall receive. It's rare, but when it does happen, you never forget it.
All right, we need to let you go about your day, but I wanted to ask, Jesse mentioned the ambushing, and I don't know, I don't want to have a recency bias here, but I'm not sure I've ever heard anyone say more by refusing to say anything than the way Barry Alvarez answered the question about Mac. And I think it goes without saying that those of us who like Mac and we're rooting for him, are disappointed with the way things played out. But I want to flip that because Jesse, were you scared when he told you that you were ambushing him? Because you got a great relationship with him.
I thought of it more as a playful ambush. I think some on social media may think otherwise, but I thought we were having fun, and based on the conversation that ensued after the show got done at 7 o'clock, I think we were having a lot of fun. We hung out for a little bit afterwards, too. And I'm going to his house next week. We're doing the show in the cabana. We're going to go swimming next week. So got to bring my trunks and do a cannonball.
At Barry Alvarez's house.
Yeah. Hope the weather's nice.
Okay, that visual I did not need. Matt, before you go, though, I'll say this. Like, I've gotten more texts from the new athletic director than I got from any athletic director ever, and that's only because Pat Richter called occasionally. He did not text because that was back in the pre-text days. But again, Sean Eichhorst seems to have hit the ground running. I know the results matter. We got all these games to be played by all the different programs, etc. But early returns, I don't know how you're not encouraged by the energy, by the messaging, anything.
Yeah, the messaging, I think, as much as anything right now, Jason. It was interesting from my perspective. I knew Sean when he was here 20 years ago, so we've had a pretty good friendship over the last couple of decades. And when Mac left, my first thought was, I don't know if Sean's got a good gig down in Texas. Maybe that's it. But then you find out that, well, you hear through the grapevine that, yeah, he's interested in this. And it just seemed to me like he is a perfect fit for multiple reasons. He's been to other places, either as a deputy or as an AD. He knows Wisconsin. Is that a non-negotiable? I don't know about that, but to me, it's pretty close. This is different. I mean, it just is. I'm not saying that is a positive or a negative. I think the University of Wisconsin, how it does things, the alignment with campus, it's different. And you need somebody who understands that and embraces it. And the thing with Sean, he wanted to be the University of Wisconsin's athletics director. He didn't just want another AD job. This is the one he wanted. He's wicked smart. I'm sure his scouting report of what he was walking into was pretty good, but now he's seeing it with his own eyes and letting things, just let's see how things work around here. But right away, getting in touch with all the coaches. I had an Olympic sport coach tell me that, yeah, he called and he did his homework. He's asking about my family, naming the kids specifically, and it's little things like that aren't so little. It means something. And I just felt a vibe when he was introduced a month and a half ago that was pretty good. That was really, a little bit on the refreshing side. And I say that as someone, I like Mac a lot. We have a great relationship, and hopefully for him, this is a great move to go to the Big Ten office. And I think for Wisconsin, having Sean Eichhorst here could be a really great move for UW athletics. I just think is the perfect fit for this place.
Well, I'm just thankful that back in 1988, the University of Wisconsin went with a guy from Ohio to be the voice of the Badgers.
Went into the transfer portal back in 1988 and was not a one and done. So they haven't kicked me out yet.
You definitely have not been that. I don't know how often we're going to talk to you now that you're our teammate. I would wear you out. I'm sure there are rules and regulations put in place for how often you have to talk to us, but I look forward to your next visit. Thanks.
It is always a pleasure, Jason. Look forward to doing this again in a week or so, and we'll see if Tausch is here or not. He's probably due for a vacation.
I'm sure he's got something going on. That is the voice of the Badgers, Matt LePay. He will join us on a regular basis I think Jesse's still hammering out the details because it takes away from his own airtime.
If you're listening right now, this will be about the time he's on with us each week. Thursdays at 11:15 is our scheduled time with Matt each week. That could fluctuate, as we know, with Tausch's travel schedule. That could change here and there, but for the most part, Thursdays at 11:15 is when we're going to talk Badgers with the Hall of Fame voice of Wisconsin athletics, Matt LePay.
Right. We've got a heck of a lot of catching up to do with the final 23 minutes of the show, so I'm going to quickly tell you about Potawatomi Casino Hotel, where I'll be tonight for our ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football Draft at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, whether it's the biggest hotel rooms in Milwaukee or all kinds of great dining options. I'm excited. I got to text my buddy Luis. I would really like to get some Ruyi Asian Kitchen to go as I head back to get back to writing and getting ready for Packers-Cardinals. But whatever you're looking for in terms of entertainment or food or placing your bets, they've got you covered at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Go elite play, luxury stay, bet on flavor at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for the great team at Everlight Solar. Well, as Milwaukee gears up for another run in baseball's postseason and the start of new football seasons in both Green Bay and Madison greet us with much anticipation, there's a bunch of energy and excitement right now for sports fans all around the state. And speaking of energy, right now could be a great time to discover a new way to power your home. How would you like to start saving money while also helping to save the planet? Well, all you have to do, make the switch to Everlight Solar. Our family is one of many who have made the switch to solar over the last several years. When we met with the team at Everlight Solar, they outlined the entire process and educated us on the benefits of making the switch. It was super simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more and schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
I love the group. I love the guys we got. We've been together for a couple years now. It's not our first rodeo together.
This is your green and gold fix on 100.5 ESPN.
You're talking about practice situations.
That's the mindset. That's the goal for us, is to be able to go out there and finish.
This green and gold fix is driven by Metro Ford.
The only joint practice of the Packers preseason is in the books. After Wednesday's open practice with the Arizona Cardinals, one of the biggest moments to come out of Wednesday's practice was Tucker Kraft getting knocked to the turf while blocking. When the Packers offense was on the field, Kraft took exception to it, but later said it was no big deal. Kraft, of course, coming off of an ACL tear suffered last November, and said his mindset is just getting back to work.
A big collision, getting an opportunity to just move on from it. Some people might be holding their breaths when they see me do something like that, but that's just my 9 to 5.
Packers' final preseason game is Friday at Lambeau against the Cardinals.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch, and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Brian Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I to the pros, I've always respected people who put in the work. And Labor Day is about exactly that. From August 19th through September 8th, get 40% off all Iron Jock gear with a minimum purchase of $50 using code ESPN40. Excludes clearance and gift cards. Our gear is moisture-wicking, anti-static, built with 4-way stretch, and powered by silver ion technology to help eliminate odor-causing bacteria. Iron Jock, built on performance, built to last, built in Wisconsin. Shop the Labor Day sale now at ironjock.com.
All the biggest voices, all in one place. The Yingling Legends Line. Exclusive insight from Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and Game Changers, all on the Yingling Legends Line.
Brian Braun, I appreciate you joining us here on Kyle and Bruss.
But we just wanted to have fun. You know, baseball's a game of failure and adversity. It's such a long season. You want to find ways to enjoy the success when you have good moments.
The Yingling Legends Line. Crack open a Yingling lager and raise a toast to an American tradition. D.G. Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. I've been telling you for a while now how much I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. Well, how's this for a throwback? Introducing Pizza Hut's Throwback Value Menu. Features their iconic personal pan pizza, just $3. And a medium one-topping original stuffed crust pizza for just $10. You asked for it, so they delivered. It's the Throwback Value Menu from Pizza Hut. Order on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
All right, we need to get to trivia. Again, if you missed this before we talked to Matt LePay, which I'm so excited for him to be our teammate. He's obviously been on our show a bunch over the first 10 years, but now we're going to get to talk to him more regularly, and I'm excited about that. But the Packers did make a move today as they have agreed to terms, per reports, not yet signed. Jonnu Smith, a veteran tight end, just turned 31 less than a week ago, last Saturday. And they're going to probably need to play him right away based on where their tight end depth chart is. So he gets a one-year deal. Yet another 30-something, not helping their chances of being the youngest roster in the NFL on opening day for the fourth straight year. I bet they're still in the top 5 or 10, though, even with him on their roster. Jesse, what is today's trivia category? What caller do you want?
Fantasy Football Frenzy is today's trivia category in honor of our ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football Draft taking place tonight at Potawatomi Sportsbook. All of our great fans of ESPN Wisconsin going to be in attendance, winning their way in. Jason, you'll be there for the Chalk Talk beforehand. I'm missing it. Tausch is missing it. Alex Strofe is drafting our team. But
yeah, I've confirmed Alex Strofe, our interim GM.
Yep. Well, I hope he does a great job. I finished second place for our team each of the last couple of years, so big shoes to fill. Big shoes to fill for old Strophe.
All right. Well, second place the last 2 years. That's second and second. So let's do caller 22. Caller 22 right now for trivia, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. We'll play after I remind you that the Steinhafels Labor Day mattress sale is already on now, even though Labor Day's not here yet. It's the perfect time to upgrade your sleep and save on all the leading mattress brands. Plus, you can use Steinhafels 60-month 0% financing. You'll save up to $1,400 on a Tempur-Pedic or a Beautyrest Split King adjustable base set. Plus, get up to $300 in Steinhafels cash. And you can check out Helix Sleep's award-winning mattresses. You can try them in-store and save today. Don't sleep on these savings. Shop the Labor Day mattress sale at Steinhafels, your mattress destination. Trivia's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for the cold, refreshing taste of an ice-cold Coors Light. Well, you know when I love cracking open a Coors Light? Baseball season, football season, basketball season, the holiday season, Wisconsin road construction season. Every season, there is nothing better than having a good time while enjoying an ice-cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold-activated bottles and cans turn blue, so you know it is chilled to perfection, which, besides the cold, refreshing taste, is my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate every season responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
No two homes are exactly alike, so why would every window and door solution be the same? At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, premium quality doesn't come in just one price point. Whether you're replacing a few windows, remodeling historic fixer-upper, or building from the ground up, Pella offers gorgeous, high-quality, and customizable solutions for every unique situation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Running a business doesn't leave time to wait. You need answers and a banker who responds. At Starion Bank, you work directly with local decision makers who understand your business and act quickly. No runaround, no delays, just solutions. The right banking relationship makes a difference, especially when things get complicated. Starion Bank, built for the long game. Visit starionbank.com to get started today.
Breaking green and gold news. The Packers have made a signing. Continue reacting right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home for Packers fans. Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by the Metro family of auto dealers.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Experience the future of recovery at Carbon World Health. They've brought Escape Robotic Massage to Madison, the world's first AI-powered, fully automated therapeutic massage that's customized to your body every time. Using advanced body scanning, Escape maps your muscles and delivers precision-calibrated pressure to release tension, reduce inflammation, and accelerate recovery. Book your Escape session at Carbon World Health and feel what the future of wellness really feels like. Carbon World Health, your body optimized.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks in a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, by UW Credit Union, and by Events by Design.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offer the Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Mark Tauscher here for Hard Rock Casino Rockford, a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois. Hard Rock Casino Rockford offers the most generous and frequent promotions of any casino in the Midwest. And how's this for a little adventure? Labor Day weekend, you could win $45,000 credit valid toward any new or used RV. Play now through September 6th using your Unity card to earn entries. Check out the full rules at casino.hardrock.com. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois.
The Brewers have the best record in baseball.
Everything they've done this year is to say, can this team beat LA? That is the goal.
Continue listening to the First Place Crew all season, right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
No time to waste. Time now for trivia presented by Cousin Subs.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Cousin Subs. National Sandwich Month is here. Cousins Club members earn exclusive rewards throughout August. Join now by downloading the Cousin Subs app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
We welcome in our contestant. It is Joe in Milwaukee. Joe, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. Happy anniversary.
Thank you. Jesse's warned you we have no time, so I'm sorry to give you the short shrift, but here we go. Question number 1. In the fantasy football trivia category. Question 1 is this. In fantasy football, what does the acronym PPR stand for? Is it points per reception, player position ranking, or Potawatomi player rewards?
Answer number 1, points per reception.
Thank you, Joe, and I appreciate your expeditious approach to this trivia contest. Question 2. Almost all fantasy football leagues feature a flex position in a team's starting lineup. Some leagues feature a super flex position. Which of these types of players are eligible to be started in a super flex position, but not a regular flex position? Okay? Eligible for super flex, not for regular flex. Quarterback, tight end, or kicker?
I'm going to go with quarterback.
I had no idea there's such a thing called super flex.
That gets crazy. Gets a little crazy.
All right, Joe, chance for your 2-minute drill to end in a perfect score, unlike the Packers in the 2-minute drill yesterday. According to Sports Illustrated, which running back posted what is considered to be the greatest statistical fantasy football season of all time in 2006? Edgerrin James, LaDainian Tomlinson, or Sean Alexander?
Oh, I believe I may have had him. I had LaDainian Tomlinson that year.
Well, and I bet you won your league. Joe, we didn't even need to use any of our timeouts. You went right down the field and scored. 3 for 3. You got 4 entries into tomorrow's drawing to have a chance to win the Cousin Subs gift card. Thanks for playing, buddy, and thanks for understanding our tight window.
No problem. Have a great day. I love you guys.
That is Wilde and Tausch Trivia. Jesse and I wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
The Milwaukee Brewers, the New York Mets.
Drilled into right. This is deep, way up, way back bench. Watching it sail goodbye.
Tune in tonight on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
If there's anything I've learned about playing football in the trenches, it's that confidence is built through scheme and details. It's not much different with your money. If you lack confidence, take some time to sit with Annex Wealth Management and walk through your plan. Annex helps you think of more than investments. Their team considers things like retirement, taxes, even that company stock you have but don't know what to do with. Looking to build confidence with your money? Well, give Annex Wealth a call or visit annexwealth.com.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by the ESPN Wisconsin app. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Available in the Apple and Android app stores. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today. The Barry Alvarez Show is back. The Don debuted for the 2026 season Monday night, and he's a believer in the Badgers' offense.
We were good on defense last year. So if you just go through the natural progression, you should be better. And I like what I've seen on our offense. I like our offensive line. I like the fact that there aren't people running free. I love our quarterbacks and the flexibility they give you. I like this team. I can't wait to watch them play against a team at this level.
At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, premium quality doesn't come at just one price point. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products pricing and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Are you starting college, moving to a new apartment, or just looking to create a new vibe in your college living? Make IKEA your first stop for everything you need to create a college space that's all you. Whether you're looking to add color with cozy bedding, organize your dorm with smart storage solutions, or find that perfect sleeper sofa for those weekend visits, IKEA has your college life covered. And verified college students get 15% off when they sign up for IKEA Family. It's free and packed with rewards. So go grab your roommate and head to IKEA Oak Creek or shop online at IKEA.us or the IKEA app.
Your family's safety is your responsibility, and it starts with a solid roof.
When the next storm rips through and takes some of your shingles with it, call Badgerland Exteriors. Or looking to replace your whole roof but don't want to break the bank? Let the team at Badgerland Exteriors give you a free, no obligations estimate.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
Miz is on the mound.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
We are seeing something that few have ever seen before in Major League Baseball, setting a new standard for starting pitching.
Tune in tonight on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Well, we did it, and we did not leave enough time to talk about anything else in the final segment or the opponent to score the go-ahead field goal or touchdown. We got to go. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Thanks to Matt LePay, and thanks to you. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here.